Dr. Delay is live, let's hear that cheer. In the north, the grind runs deep. Steelers wave the black and gold, no sleep. Bengals roar and Browns ignite. Ravens fly under primetime lights. Jets take flight, Bills bring fire. Dolphins dive, Pats don't tire. From New York snow to Miami heat, delay calls every play so sweet. Titans thunder, Texans burn. Jags on the rise with every turn. Colts stampede on Sunday stage. Every snap fuels the rage. Broncos ride, the Raiders roll. Chiefs keep climbing toward the goal. Chargers spark the Cali sky. Dr. Delay's mic is riding high. Under the Sunday lights, fans go wild, we stream all night. Every down, every fight, Dr. Delay is live under Sunday lights. Black and gold, we bleed that pride. Steel City hearts electrified. Terrible towels in the air tonight. Pittsburghers power under Sunday light. Here we go! Packers frozen, Lions roar. Vikings and Bears want one more score. From Lambeau chills to soldier fights. Delays calling through the nights. Eagles fly, the Giants stand tall. Cowboys charge, Redskins fall. Sunday buzzing, fans online. NFL chaos, it's game time. Falcons fly and Bucks set sail. Saints march on, Panthers wail. From Atlanta down to the Bay, we bring the noise every play. Niners grind and Seahawks soar. Cardinals reload, Rams one more. From Cali sun to desert nights, Dr. Delay's voice lights up the fights. Under the Sunday lights, fans go wild, we stream all night. Every down, every fight, Dr. Delay is live under Sunday lights. Hey, hey, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, loud and clear. Hey, hey, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, loud and clear. Here we go. Steelers. Here we go. Sunday lights, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, let's hear that cheer. In the north, the grind runs deep. Steelers wave the black and gold, no sleep. Bengals roar and Browns ignite. Ravens fly under primetime lights. Jets take flight, Bills bring fire. Dolphins dive, Pats don't tire. From New York snow to Miami heat, delay Sunday lights, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, let's hear that cheer. In the north, the grind runs deep. Steelers wave the black and gold, no sleep. Bengals roar and Browns ignite. Ravens fly under primetime lights. Jets take flight, Bills bring fire. Dolphins dive, Pats don't tire. From New York snow to Miami heat, delay calls every play so sweet. Titans thunder, Texans burn. Jags on the rise with every turn. Colts stampede on Sunday stage. Every snap fuels the rage. Broncos ride, the Raiders roll. Chiefs keep climbing toward the goal. Chargers spark the Cali sky. Dr. Delay's mic is riding high. Under the Sunday lights, fans go wild, we stream all night. Every down, every fight, Dr. Delay is live under Sunday lights. Black and gold, we bleed that pride. Steel City hearts electrified. Terrible towels in the air tonight. Pittsburgh's power under Sunday light. Here we go! Packers frozen, Lions roar. Vikings and Bears want one more score. From Lambeau chills to soldier fights. Delays calling through the nights. Eagles fly, the Giants stand tall. Cowboys charge, Redskins fall. Sunday buzzing, fans online. NFL chaos, it's game time. Falcons fly and Bucks set sail. Saints march on, Panthers wail. From Atlanta down to the Bay, we bring the noise every play. Niners grind and Seahawks soar. Cardinals reload, Rams one more. From Cali sun to desert nights, Dr. Delay's voice lights up the fights. Under the Sunday lights, fans go wild, we stream all night. Every down, every fight, Dr. Delay is live under Sunday lights. Hey, hey, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, loud and clear. Hey, hey, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, loud and clear. Here we go. Steelers. Here we go. Sunday lights, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, let's hear that cheer. In the north, the grind runs deep. Steelers wave the black and gold, no sleep. Bengals roar and Browns ignite. Ravens fly under primetime lights. Jets take flight, Bills bring fire. Dolphins dive, Pats don't tire. From New York snow to Miami heat, delay Sunday lights, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, let's hear that cheer. In the north, the grind runs deep. Steelers wave the black and gold, no sleep. Bengals roar and Browns ignite. Ravens fly under primetime lights. Jets take flight, Bills bring fire. Dolphins dive, Pats don't tire. From New York snow to Miami heat, delay calls every play so sweet. Titans thunder, Texans burn. Jags on the rise with every turn. Colts stampede on Sunday stage. Every snap fuels the rage. Broncos ride, the Raiders roll. Chiefs keep climbing toward the goal. Chargers spark the Cali sky. Dr. Delay's mic is riding high. Under the Sunday lights, fans go wild, we stream all night. Every down, every fight, Dr. Delay is live under Sunday lights. Black and gold, we bleed that pride. Steel City hearts electrified. Terrible towels in the air tonight. Pittsburgh's power under Sunday light. Here we go. Packers frozen, Lions roar. Vikings and Bears want one more score. From Lambeau chills to soldier fights. Delays calling through the nights. Eagles fly, the Giants stand tall. Cowboys charge, Redskins fall. Sunday buzzing, fans online. NFL chaos, it's game time shot. Falcons fly and Bucks set sail. Saints march on, Panthers wail. From Atlanta down to the Bay, we bring the noise every play. Niners grind and Seahawks soar. Cardinals reload, Rams one more. From Cali sun to desert nights, Dr. Delay's voice lights up the fights. Under the Sunday lights, fans go wild, we stream all night. Every down, every fight, Dr. Delay is live under Sunday lights. Hey, hey, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, loud and clear. Hey, hey, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, loud and clear. Here we go. Steelers. Here we go.
All right, welcome everybody. We have another football game for you as we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Detroit Lions. I, of course, am Dr. Delay, and of course, we should have a great one tonight as both teams are kind of outside the playoff picture as of now. But, of course, if they get either one of them get hot, they can find themselves right back in here. Of course, the Cowboys are kind of hot right now. Just a few weeks ago, they were 3-5-1. Everything was looking pretty down and out, but they've turned it around as of late, just dominating the last few weeks. And, of course, the Cowboys, they started off the year 4-1, and they've lost 4 of their last 7 games. We can actually take a look at the schedule here, so that way you can see what's been happening with these two teams tonight. Go ahead and show you here again. The Cowboys just not starting off the season great. Losing to Philly, beating New York in overtime, then losing to Chicago. Then they tied Green Bay, which was kind of a shock to everybody. Then they beat the Jets. Everyone pretty much has. Then they lost to the Panthers, which turns out, isn't as shameful as it once was. Beat the Commies. Then they lost to the Broncos and Arizona. And then, of course, since the bye, they've pretty much turned it around, beating the Raiders, beating the Eagles, and then beating the Chiefs, the last two Super Bowl champions, the two teams that were in the Super Bowl last year. So very impressive for the Cowboys. You really can't make fun of them right now because they are just looking really good. As for the Lions, again, as I mentioned, they started off the season very well. Maybe not in week 1, but since week 1, they were doing pretty good. Week 2, again, they blew out the Bears, beat Baltimore, beat Cleveland, beat Cincinnati. Then they kind of stumbled against the Chiefs, which that was a very poor officiated game. I remember calling that one. That was very terrible. But regardless, they bounced back and kind of handled the Buccaneers very well. And then, of course, again, since the bye week, it's been up and down. They lost to Minnesota. They beat Washington, lost to Philly, not again, but they lost to Philly, beat the Giants in overtime. Again, they needed overtime to beat the Giants, and then they lose last week to Green Bay. So just, again, not really as ideal as you'd want it to be for the Lions. Again, both these teams just outside the playoff picture. You can see right to the next to me right here. The Lions at 7-5. Of course, they are the 8th seed. And then for the Cowboys, they're moving up pretty much every single week. 6-5-1. None of them really could get into the playoff picture this week. I don't think any of them can, but again, a win would help them later down the road. As you can see, again, the NFC is just, I've never seen that before. 9-4 team is the 7 seed. That is just very, very impressive. So very much interesting. How's it going, bud? Appreciate you for tuning in again. James, thank you for the kind words. Don's pulling for the Lions. Beat them Cowboys. But we got a lot of just, everything's so close. I feel like everything's close. Again, no one can enter the playoff picture this week, but again, a win sets them up for that later down the road. So again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully I do a good enough job for you. As again, I got the touchdown turkey. I've made the decision to keep the touchdown turkey here as a permanent feature of the channel. I really do enjoy it. I think you guys do as well. Again, the touchdown turkey is unbiased. He just loves touchdowns. That's essentially his thing. So again, just a few minutes away from game time. The Lions are favored by 3.5, though it doesn't look like you guys think so, as 62% of you guys have the Cowboys winning. So, very much, again, the Cowboys are on the 3-game winning streak, and they've just been playing very good. Though ESPN has the Lions winning 61% chance to win this game to the Cowboys 39. Let's see, how's it going? Too Afraid guy me and radio. Okay, cool. He's doing a stream. Nice. Haircut looking good. Yeah, just got it yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Tuesday. Yeah, I got it Tuesday. So, yep, new you. And of course, we're going to try to look a little bit more official on the channel. I will still, of course, be wearing Steelers gear for the Steelers games, but in other games, the plan is to maybe do a polo or just something nice. So again, you've all heard of probably the guy in the tie. He's Football Nation. So we're just going to be the solo in the polo. That's what we're going to do over here. Very proud of that one. You guys can make fun of it. It's fine. Of course, again, they're showing off the NFC East standings here. The Cowboys finding themselves a game and a half back. Of course, again, they have the tie. And then the Lions, well, they're 2 games back of the Bears. Game and a half back of the Packers. So, again, hopefully we get this game underway soon. Looks like we are about to, as the Cowboys will be kicking off to Detroit to start this one. And I might have to, I don't know if I have to edit the screen or not. Yeah, okay, we're good. As there is the pooch kick, and we are underway here in Detroit. Field at the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25. Cuts inside of the 30 and brought down to the 36. That was the Lions, by the way, on the return. I failed to mention that. It's on my bad. And here comes Jared Goff to lead the Lions offense. He's got over 3,000 yards on the year, 25 touchdown passes. That's tied for second in the NFL. Of course, Matthew Stafford, he's been having a great year. He has 32. And then 5 picks on the year for Goff. Draven saying, go Cowgirls. 1st and 10 for the Lions as Goff is in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left as Goff drops back, looking, fires to the middle. It's caught at the 40. St. Brown is going to be brought down at the 43. That's a gain of 7 for St. Brown. Looks like everything seems to be fine there. Let's see. What college football games? I don't know yet. I'll let you know. It's good deciding to keep the touchdown turkey. Yeah, no, we got him. We got him for sure. He loves touchdowns. 2nd and 3 as St. Brown now on the sideline. Goff is under center. 2 receivers left. 1 tight end in tight to the right as he sends a man in motion as Goff. Play action. Oh, heavy pressure in. Has to spike it into the turf. Incomplete. Cowboys running to the end zone with the ball, but no, that was definitely a throw as it makes it 3rd and 3 now for Detroit. Looks like that was a screen. If I'm doing the replay in my head, now they're going to show me the replay here. Yeah, the lineman now moving to the left, and Goff just was under duress. You got a boatload of bets on this game. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. Lots of offense. Yeah, it could be that way. I would agree with that. Could be. Though Detroit not as efficient as they were last year. So very interesting again this year. 3rd and 3. Goff jumps back. He's swinging it out to Gibbs. He's at the 40, the 45. He's at the 50. Cutting inside at the 45. Oh, spin move at the 40. Brought down at the 37. That was a very nice play by Gibbs. That is a Detroit Lion first down. Good play there by Gibbs. Again, I don't know if it was a pass or a run as far as like if it was behind the line of scrimmage or behind the throw. So what are they going to give him? They're going to give him a run on that. So it was a backward pass. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Lions as they're at the Dallas 38. You doing the Packers-Bears game? Yes, I actually am going to be doing that. I will probably get killed in the ratings for both games, but it is what it is as Goff drops back. He's looking. He fires it. It's gone at the 35. Oh, what a juke move at the 30. He's at the 20. Still on his feet at the 15. Breaking tackles. Leaning forward. Finally stumbles down at the 12. What a play there by Jahmyr Gibbs. 2 huge plays. Getting them inside the red zone. Man, what a play by Gibbs. Gain of 26. It was just a little 4-yard catch. And then just making the first guy look silly. That's an NFL player, or so it appears. Gibbs just making him look silly out there. I think that this game's going over. Would be interesting. What is the... I have to look at it. 1st and 10 at the 12 is Goff is under center, sending a man in motion. Play action. Goff rolling to his right. Fires. It's caught at the 10 and brought down at the 8. That is Dwelly with the catch. What is the over-under here? They sometimes tell. They still keep it up at times. Looks like I don't have that knowledge with me. Very sorry about that. Gibbs. Oh, yeah, Gibbs is good. Gibbs is great. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Lions. They're at the Dallas 8. As Goff is under center. Receivers to each side, sending a man in motion as Goff hands it off to Gibbs, and Gibbs is wrapped up in the backfield. That's a loss of 2. No big play this time as Azaraku is in there to make the stop. Laporta's still out. I actually don't know. Well, let me double check. I can maybe check. Laporta, he's not on the injured report. I don't know. They just didn't give it to him there. 3rd and 8. They are in the shotgun. They need to get to the 2 for a brand new set of downs as Goff drops back. He's looking. Oh, heavy pressure is Goff moving out of the pocket, but down he goes. That is a sack. Houston, the sack, and that's going to knock him back. Still, of course, in field goal range, but a little disappointing ending if you're a Lions fan. Again, you guys are just moving down the field, mostly Gibbs on that one. And again, Houston beating Sewell on the right side. And that was free reign there as Goff, again, not the most mobile guy in the world. This is going to be Jesse Bates, 38-yard attempt from the left hash. The snap, the hold, the kick, it is up. It is good. 3-0 is your score with 10:46 left to go in the first quarter. Again, they moved down quickly, but then the Dallas defense making some stops, holding them to 3. 54.5. Okay. The live is 58.5. Well, hey, if it's exciting, it's exciting. Again, the touchdown turkey, unbiased. All he does is love touchdowns. Not happy with that one. He doesn't care for field goals. He wants to see touchdowns. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out for this one. Again, I know there's a lot of people out there streaming this one as well. It's usually the case on Thursday night, Monday night, Sunday night, and of course the big games on Sundays. So appreciate that. Again, I will probably be killed Sunday. I'm going to do the Steelers Ravens, of course. I'm a Steelers fan, and the Bears Packers. I figure, well, it's a big game. I'm just going to go with it. Usually I don't do the biggest games because everyone else does those, but we're going to just do it anyway. Laporte is on IR. Okay, well, appreciate that. I did not know that. Did not know that. So, yeah, thank you again. Let's see here. Again, I have some stats here on the games, or at least the teams that I've covered. Here's the Lions. Lions fans, you might want to close your ears for this one. The Lions apparently are 1-3 when I cover the Lions. So maybe I'm the reason. You guys probably don't want me to cover them anymore. Again, it is random. I want to make that perfectly clear. And then the Cowboys are 1-1 when I cover the Cowboys. So there you go. There's some statistics for you. Of course, again, the next NFL game will be Steelers-Ravens. That's rough. Both teams 500 when I call them. Of course, again, the Steelers should cover every single time. And then Green Bay, Chicago. Green Bay 6-1 when I call them. Chicago 3-0. So, yeah, those guys seem to do well. Chicago, I guess you could say they're due for a loss. They're actually one of three teams, that have yet to lose when I cover them. Chicago 3-0, San Francisco 3-0, and the Chargers are 4-0. Everyone else has a loss. And there are some winless ones. There's actually plenty more winless ones. Raiders 0-3, Titans 0-1, Jets 0-3, Washington, they're 0-3, the Giants are 0-2. A lot of 0-1s. Oh, well. All right, we're back here in Detroit again. Detroit leading 3-0. Driving down the field. Had to settle for 3 after the defense made some nice stops there as they got inside the 20. How's it going, Nash? Appreciate you for tuning in. As we are about ready to resume this one again. 10:46 left to go. Lions going to be kicking off to Dallas. As there is the kickoff, and that's going to be fielded at the 5. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20. Reversing field at the 25. He's at the 30 and brought down around the 32. I should also note, is the Lions jersey because I love them? I'm not wearing a Lions jersey, no. I do not wear. No, this is a polo. So the Cowboys not wearing their traditional white uniform. They were forced to wear, I guess, their dark blue and silver pants because the Lions elected to go with all white. So a little mind games there as it's 1st and 10 for Dallas at their own 32. Prescott is under center as he takes a snap and hands it off up the middle. He's at the 35, tripped up at the 36-yard line. That was Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams on the carry, gain of 4. Yeah, no, it's just a polo. Kind of doing a soft rebrand of the channel. A soft rebrand. Any predictions? Man, again, I'm just a broadcaster. As it's going to be 2nd and 6. Prescott rolling to his right. Fires. It's caught at the 45. And Pickens down at the 47-yard line. Of course, he's definitely emerged as a great player this year. Of course, we all knew that. A Steelers fan, I knew he was a great player. He just wasn't really getting targeted. Now, we do have an injured line. Very slow to get up. He was struggling to get up. He was trying to get up. And just was now kind of rising. Now the training staff all over it. Harper, the injured player, Thomas Harper in his 2nd year, has a couple of picks. Then Harper took a shot there. I think Pickens' knee, and then Harper's. Of course, Pickens kind of landed awkwardly too. Looking at it. Who do I want to win? Man, like I said, I don't really. It doesn't impact me at all. Doesn't impact me at all, really. It's on the other side of the bracket. I'm an AFC guy, again, a Steelers fan. I do live in Texas, so if the Cowboys were to win, I assure you that I will definitely know about it. Even though I've watched the game, I will definitely see my friends, plenty of friends that are Cowboys fans or just fans, and of course the little community post on Facebook. You'll see how about them Cowboys all over it. So they'll let you know. And of course, again, the people that don't like the Cowboys, they also let the Cowboys fans know, hey, did you know you lost? Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny. Again, there is an injured player. He is slowly making his way to the sideline. It is Thomas Harper, injured on the tackle. Again, Pickens also kind of looked awkward there, but he just jumped right back up. Maddox looks like he's checking in, the former Eagle, Vontae Maddox. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Dallas, as, again, that catch by Pickens gets him to the 47-yard line. So Prescott is under center. Receiver to left, tight ends in tight as Prescott, play action, drops back. He's looking, floats it out. It's caught by Williams. Williams is wrapped up, trying to escape, but cannot. Brought down at the 42. That is a loss of 5. I want to say that was a play action screen. I could be wrong, but that did not look like, again, I don't know if there was any blocking there. No, the center just got absolutely wrecked. That's a loss of 5, so 2nd and 15 coming up. Upset of the week, Bears, Steelers, Bengals. Oh, that's interesting. 2nd and 15 as Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back, looking, fires over the middle. It is caught at the 40, brought down at the 39-yard line. The tight end yelling at the player that tackled him, Ferguson, as that is a Dallas Cowboys first down. Nash liking it. He's liking that. Didn't like that one. 1st and 10 as Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back, looking, floats it down the left side. It is almost intercepted. The defender asking for a pass interference, and you can argue that, he has a case. Pass intended for Flournoy. Again, I was unsure who this guy was. I think of 19. I'm thinking of Miles Austin. I'm like, who the heck is that? And then you got, well, of course, different chat. This was the first Cowboys game I covered. Let me know about that. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. No idea. 2nd and 10 as Prescott's in the shotgun. Trips to the right, tight end in tight to the left. Prescott lifts the leg, takes a snap, and hands it off up the middle. This is Williams. Williams not getting a push. Neither is the O-line as he's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Rock Ya-Sin in the area, the guy out of Temple. Now it's 3rd and 10 for the Cowboys. They're going to need to get to the 29 for a brand new set of downs. 29.5 to be more specific. Prescott in the shotgun. Looks like they actually gave him a yard there. So 3rd and 9. Prescott lifts the leg. Looking at the defense. Takes the snap. Drops back. He's stepping up. He fires. It is incomplete. Pass intended for George Pickens. Double covered. And the Lions knock it away. This would be a long field goal attempt. I don't know if they'd really test it, to be honest with you. I guess you could say, why not? It is in a dome. Maddox and Rock Ya-Sin in the area. Went to a Tampa Lions game a few weeks ago. Oh, wow, that was not a good game. Lions just dominated. This is a 57-yard attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. Aubrey drills it from 57 to tie it up. 3-3 is your score. 8:04 left to go in the first quarter. Oh, pardon me, 8:07. My bad. They'll step away. I, of course, will be right here. Of course, I do have a poll. Let me know who you think's going to win tonight. 53% of you guys have the Cowboys winning. 47%. Of course, with the Lions. Again, this is a matchup with pretty big playoff implications. No one can get in this week. Neither one of these guys. Again, I can kind of cut to that screen if you'd like. That way you can go, like, well, what does the playoff picture look like, Dr. DeLay? I'm kind of curious. Well, there you go. Here you go. Again, at the 1 spot, you got the Bears, the Rams at 2, Eagles at 3, Bucks at 4, Seattle at 5, Packers at 6, and the Niners at 7. The Lions, of course, taking the 8th spot right now. They're 7-5. Of course, they still have a chance for the division. And then the Cowboys can make a case. Again, they're only a game and a half back from the division as well. So they might not even look at the wild card. They're looking at the Eagles that are kind of stumbling as of late to take advantage of that. And, of course, again, the Panthers, they are actually, I believe, a half game back. Yeah, half game back of the Buccaneers. So the Panthers fare well alive as well. Very interesting stuff. A lot of teams with a realistic shot as, again, we enter December. Very exciting. Falcons, again, Vikings, Commies, they're pretty much done. The Browns, they're done. Jets are done. Again, everyone's giving the Bengals a lot of love. I mean, they're only 2 games back. I get it. I don't know. It's going to take a lot of choking by the Steelers and Ravens, which the Steelers are very, very likely to do. But, yeah, very much exciting. Very much exciting. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out for this one. Like I said, there's always a lot of people calling the game, so I really do appreciate you guys for listening to my call, scrolling all the way down to find me. Appreciate that. You're happy you like the Lions, I bet. Go Cats. Go Cats. Go Cats. Go Cats. Oh, you're talking about the Lions. Okay. I'm trying to think here. Or you're talking about the Bengals. Either one, I guess. And, of course, Avery, a big Cowboy fan. So, yeah, again, appreciate you guys. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to get to the comments section as often as I can. Of course, during the game, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But, of course, commercials, timeouts, they are definitely when I look at the chat. So I really do appreciate you guys for hanging out. And even, of course, during the game, in between plays. Again, a play is only about 5 seconds, if that. As that's going to be fielded at the 7. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Down the left side like the 45. And Aubrey with the hit stick at the 47. Big return there. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right, it's going to be very good field position for the Lions. Going to be 1st and 10 at the 47. As Goff is under center. Makes it trips to the left. Tight end in tight to the right, sending a man in motion. That is Williams as Goff takes the snap and hands it off up the middle and is brought down at the 49-yard line. That is Montgomery on the carry, just a gain of 2. I'm sure that'll eventually update for you. It's one of those things where sometimes I'm ahead, sometimes I'm behind. It's always good when I'm ahead. Always good when that happens. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Lions. Goff under center. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Running back, of course, in the backfield. That is Montgomery sending a man in motion as Goff takes a snap. Play action, heavy pressure, stepping up the pocket, spikes it down to the turf, incomplete. And the Cowboys are picking it up and running with it. And they're going to say that's a live ball. What in the world? They've just said that was a fumble. And to me, that is like one of the more obvious incompletions I've seen. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good to let it play out. But, yeah, no. Okay, so they're going to say it was an incomplete pass after replay assist. It'll be 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 coming up. Goff in the shotgun. Trips to the left. No, make it 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, sending St. Brown in motion. They need to get to the Dallas 43 for a brand new set of downs as Goff takes the snap, drops back, looking over the middle, floats it down the right side. Oh, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. St. Brown on the ground. Interesting. I don't know if he was shoved or not. Cold, yeah. It is very cold over here. St. Brown looks like he just kind of stumbled. The Detroit bench was not happy about that. They thought he was pushed. No, not really. Looking at the replay there, there were some hands going both ways, so good no call. Fox is on to punt. Again, this is a 3-and-out as Fox delivers it. And it's going to be fair caught at the... Oh, he's going to go. He's at the 10, the 15. Oh, man, now there's a flag. So Turpin kind of waved, did a half wave. That's interesting. So there was a half wave by Turpin. There's no whistle. And then he decided to take off a run. Honestly, I can't get mad at Turpin. St. Brown's on the field. Yep, he cleared. Referees now getting involved. Again, there's a flag on the play. You have to assume it's connected with the fair catch signal. Or maybe we shouldn't assume that. I'm not too sure. Can't really assume things. Both by the receiving place. Invalid fair catch signal. That is declined. During the kick. Number 25. I don't know. I guess he was holding or something because I didn't hear it. Let me turn it up, I guess. It's going to be half the distance. Looks like, yeah, there it is. The hold. Just ripping off the jersey. Trying to... Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do there. So 1st and 10 for Dallas as they have it deep in their own territory. They'll have it at their own 4. Go and refresh this. This should be up to date, but you never know, I guess. ESPN unsure what's happening. So 1st and 10. Prescott looks like he's going to be in. Actually, he's under center. Receiver to left, receiver to the right. As Prescott sends a man in motion, takes snap, hands it off up the middle, and he is crunched at the 6-yard line. Does get a couple, but not too much. A gain of 2 for Javonte Williams. Jack Campbell in on the area again. He's definitely a guy I was looking at a few years ago coming out of the draft for the Steelers. I guess it all works out, though. Getting, Peyton Wilson last year. 2nd and 8. Prescott in the shotgun. 2 receivers left. 1 receiver to the right. Pickens is in the slot as Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. Looking to his left. Fires. It's caught by Pickens. Breaks a tackle and diving forward to the 11-yard line. Nice little gain there. That's a gain of 5. It'll make it 3rd and about 4. I'm actually going to mark him down at the 10. So 3rd and 5 coming up for the Cowboys. Again, the Lions' first drive were able to drive down the field, settle for 3. The Cowboys, same thing. Settle for 3. A 3-and-out for the Lions. Now the Cowboys facing a 3-and-out of their own as Prescott barking orders at the line. Changing the protection. He's in the shotgun, lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking. Heavy pressure. Oh, and down he goes. Close to the end zone. Are they going to give it a safety or not? They are. One official says it's a safety. An official said it's a safety, but hold on. Wow, they're going to say it's a safety. They're going to review it. Ooh, I say that is a safety, to be honest with you. It's whenever he's usually contacted, and he was contacted with both feet in the end zone, and the ball was not out. Got to play angry. Well, they're playing angry right now. Again, this is interesting. They're going to review this. His foot initially outside the end zone, but then as he's bracing, he picks up his foot, and it lands in the end zone. To me, it looks like it's a safety. I could be wrong. Nice score, Prescott. Yeah. This is going to be interesting. Oh, maybe the ball was just out. That's a pretty bad angle. But the whole ball has to be out. Not. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a safety. Terry McCauley, he's one of the greatest referees to to ref in the NFL. He's saying it should be a safety. I know that's kind of an oxymoron or something like that, but no, he was really a great ref. Definitely. Maybe they don't feel that way or in Cleveland or Cincinnati or whatnot, but no, that he was definitely a great referee. As a Lions fan, I don't like reviews versus the Cowboys. Oh, well, I'd imagine. I'd imagine so. Recent. Oh! Wow! They're saying the entire football was out of the end zone, and I don't know if I agree with that call at all. I don't know how you can make that judgment. Unbelievable. Well, I can see why you say that, Neil. That is a pretty interesting call. Let's just say that. As the Cowboys-Lions rivalry that has emerged past few years because of all the calls adds another wrinkle to it. Interesting there. I disagree. Terry McCauley disagrees. He says he can't see how they saw that, but it is what it is. They're going to punt it from their own inch line. So here's the snap, and here is the punt, and he boots it away. And that's a great punt. Field at the 37. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. Cuts inside, spinning around at the 45, and brought down at the Dallas 43. So, again, a very interesting decision there. I'm sure you'll see about that on Twitter or wherever you do your social media, saying the ball was out. I don't know how it was. Let me grab some water real quick. Interesting. All right. Well, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Ball back. Yep, there we go. I like your attitude. Just, all right, whatever. That's the call. We got the ball back. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Of course, again, it's a big game as the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions taking on each other in a it's pivotal. I would say it's a very big matchup because, again, a loss. Now, again, you still got, 5 games left? 5 games. Yeah, 5 games left. But, it would knock them back pretty far. Not necessarily in the rankings. And I can kind of show you what we're looking at here. I mean, it'd still probably be at 10, if you're Cowboys, whatever. But again, the 7 seed's 9-4. That is just unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen, a conference that deep. And of course, in the AFC, you're looking at 8-4. But of course, we're not doing AFC teams tonight. But it is very, very close. And of course, again, the Eagles, they're struggling as of late. Yeah, there's a lot happening. A lot happening, of course, across the NFL. Doctor, are you streaming the Buckeyes game on Saturday? I'm actually not. I wish I was, but I am doing the ACC championship. Partly because there's a lot of people that'll be calling that Big Ten championship, man. And I'm kind of bummed about it. So, but no, I will not be doing it. And I am sad about it. I'm genuinely sad. I really want to watch it. So I'll be doing Duke and Virginia. Of course, that's interesting. If Duke wins, if Duke were to win, that would cause chaos. Then you're looking at, would it be 2 group of 5 teams in the playoff? That'll be very interesting. I think that would be really cool, to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of people that hate the group of 5. I don't hate the group of 5. And if I was a joke, that was safety. Yeah, Eric, to be honest, again, I kind of agree. Oh, they have a new angle that they just released all of a sudden. Was it made with AI? I don't know. You can't really believe anything nowadays. But the new angle shows that the ball was indeed out. So I guess, I don't know, maybe you saw that just now, Eric. That is interesting. 1st and 10 as Goff is under center. Trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right. As Goff takes a snap, drops back. He's looking. He fires over the middle. It's caught at the 38. Gibbs trying to escape and cannot. Ooh, an awkward-looking tackle there. Gibbs fighting for those extra yards. Hopefully he's okay. That's a gain of 4. Duke is not going to win. I understand. I totally get what you're saying, but those are the stakes. Those are the stakes. If Duke wins the ACC, wow. I mean, would be very interesting. 2nd and 6 at the 38 as Goff is in the shotgun. He drops back. Looking to his left, fires. It's caught at the 35 and is pushed out of bounds at the 30. That's a nice catch and run there for the Lions, as that is a Lions first down. Trying to see who that was caught by. I don't see no information. Don't tell you. I bet this is an angle that they saw in New York. Yeah, probably. It was close. It was. Again, I did not see who it was. That was Anthony Ferkser with the catch. 1st and 10. They are at the 31-yard line. Goff in the pistol. It's going to swing out. It's caught. No, it's dropped by Lyman. I don't know what in the world that was. That was just clunky. Trying to do a little too much trickery there. And that'll definitely be a penalty. Looks like they had a lineman out wide to the right, trying to, I guess, get him in space. I don't know. That was kind of weird. Sending a man in motion, and then it was just awkward. And he was going to get crunched anyway, really. So, again, there is a penalty. Rough tackle. Yeah, that was a scary-looking tackle there on Gibbs. You know, again, Gibbs, one of the best backs in the game. You would hate to see him go down, you know, with the rough injury like that, you know. But good thing, again, he's good. He's good. Goff under center, 1st and 15 as Goff takes the snap, play action, rolling to his right. Now he throws to his left. It's caught by Gibbs. He's at the 40 and brought down across the 35-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3. So that's what the screen gets you, a couple. 2nd and 13 coming up for the Lions. 3:50 and counting here in the first quarter. Again, 3-3 is your score. Over-under was, 56.5 or 54.5 or something like that. Right now, though, if you pick the over, not looking good for you. As Goff is in the shotgun, he drops back, looking over the middle, fires. It's caught at the 30, the 25. He's at the 20, stiff arm at the 15, the 10, and brought down at the 7. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the nice catch and run. And that is a Detroit Lions first down. It's going to be 1st and goal coming up for the Lions. A touchdown turkey. Again, a very unbiased turkey. Just loves touchdowns. He's getting pretty excited here. Just a slant route over the middle. So 1st and goal coming up for the Lions as they're at the 8. Goff is under center. 2 receivers left. 2 tight ends in tight to the right. Sending a man in motion. It's an end around. Snap to Williams. Williams is at the 5. Extending. Did he get in? They're going to mark him short. They're going to say he stepped out at the 1. Williams celebrating like he scored. He threw the ball up in the air. Have to see the replay here. Sending a man in motion on the end around. Williams taking it down the right. Did he step out? Oh, looks like he did. Looks like he did. Yep, stepped out around the 1-yard line. St. Brown is high. I don't know what that one really means there, Neil. 2nd and goal. As Goff is under center, sending a man in motion. As Goff takes a snap, hands it off to Gibbs, up the middle, extending, and he's got it. Touchdown, Detroit Lions, and the touchdown turkey loves touchdowns. Unbiased, very true. He just loves touchdowns. As the Lions now lead 9-3. You a Lions fan now? Yeah, that's the 2nd time. No, it is. We're just doing a soft rebrand on the channel. So we're only going to wear jerseys for Steelers games, maybe playoff games as well. But I mean, of course, again, I only wear the one jersey anyway. So now we're going to look a little more professional here. Maybe that works going forward. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. 10-3 is your score. The Lions leading with 2:14 left to go in the first quarter. The Lions punching it in again. Good field position thanks to the punt, or, the almost safety. Starting in Dallas territory. Meow mix. This guy. Flatten those cow pies. So far, a pretty anti-Cowboys chat. Despite this, again, the Cowboys leading in the poll. 63% of you guys with the Cowboys, 37% saying, nuh-uh, the Lions are not winning today. Again, the Cowboys, again, with a 3-game winning streak, and the Lions have pretty much been back and forth for the last seven or 8 games. I can't recall. Well, they started 4-1, so yeah. So very much, again, interesting here. Any given day, folks, even if teams are riding high, you never know how it can go. On any given day. Keep the turkey. Oh, yeah, no, the turkey very much happy. Again, he loves touchdowns. Keep the 2 points, rock and roll. There we go. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. What is life? Oh, man, I don't know. That's a question there. Maybe a different type of channel. I'll answer that question, huh? What is life? I see we picked opposite teams tonight. I won't give away your pick or mine. Yeah, I can't remember. I think I originally I had switched it, actually. I remember I switched it up until about 2 hours away from kickoff. Yeah, I had switched my pick because I think I did have the other one. The other team, of course. I switched it. Gobble. Yep. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. And again, this is a big game as both teams, again, just outside the playoff picture. A win doesn't necessarily get you in the playoff picture this week, but of course it can help you down the stretch. Of course, you're going to need some help. But yeah, 5 games left to go, and it's actually almost over, which is very sad. Very sad. Just hoping for a good game. A tie would be nice, I bet. Yeah, the Cowboys with 2 ties. When was the last time that has happened? 2 ties in the same year. That would be interesting. That's probably since the 30s or the 40s, probably, when ties were very common, not commonplace, but very much normal. 10-3 as the Lions ready to kick things back off to Dallas as Bates boots it away. And that's going to be fielded at the 70s, at the 10, the 15, the 20. Cuts inside the 25 and brought down at the 30-yard line. That's where the Cowboys will take over. Remaining schedules for both teams, the Cowboys, Vikings, Chargers. Then they're at the Commies and the Giants. And then for the Lions, they're at the Rams. Then they play the Steelers. Then they're at the Vikings and at the Bears. Oh, my. I can tell you that I'll definitely cover Lions Steelers. So, again, if you're a Lions fan here, boom. I'll see you in a few weeks. 1st and 10 as Prescott is under center, sending a man in motion. As Prescott takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. He's plowing forward, crossing the 35, and brought down at the 37-yard line. That was Javonte Williams with the nice carry there. Slow and steady wins the race. Gain of 7. Ties on American. I completely agree. Though I am a huge soccer fan. Love soccer. So that's the only time it's acceptable for me. And hey, it's fun. I love soccer. Soccer doesn't get enough love. 2nd and 3 as Prescott is under center as he hands it off up the middle, cuts inside, and is going to get a couple as he's brought down around the 39-yard line. Again, that was Javonte Williams with the carry. He's emerged as I'm sure everyone's kind of shocked if you just took him in fantasy this year. You're like, wow, we got a steal. Yeah, no, he's definitely popped off this year. Another tie would be terrible. Oh, I bet it would be for the Cowboys. 2 ties? Oh, man. That would just be weird. I don't know how you even... That'd be weird to look at. 3rd and 1. They need a yard. They need to get to the 40. Prescott fakes the pitch, throws it over the middle. It's caught at the 41, brought down around the 43. That is Flournoy with the catch, not Miles Austin. That's pretty much how I know him, as he's not Miles Austin. That is a Dallas Cowboys first down. We're at 40 seconds left in the first quarter. They do have to run one more play. You like the World Cup? Oh, man, I love the World Cup. It's fun. It is fun. First and 10 at the 43 as Prescott sends a man in motion as he hands it off up the middle, leaning forward and brought down at the 46-yard line. That is probably the last play of this quarter. Kind of a long quarter, 40-minute quarter. So that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Lions leading 10-3, but the Cowboys are driving. So they will step away. I, of course, will be right here. Not being smart, but you're narrating as if you're on the radio with that voice. But other than good show. Other than that, so Richard, you don't like it. Okay, interesting. Well, hey, it is what it is. You did say good show, though, so maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, no, I am on the radio. I mean, essentially. You kind of, I'm sure you guys have listened, especially the older audience here. You've listened to radio audiences radio broadcasters, and then NFL broadcast, or not NFL, radio and TV. They're completely different because the TV, you don't have to be as descriptive in what's happening. That's now, of course, the real good ones, they still kind of do. They add their own flair. They're very descriptive. So to me, I kind of have to treat it like the radio because you're not watching it. Now, I can also assume that you're also watching it on your own, and you just kind of like, hey, look, Al Michaels, you're kind of old and washed or whatever it is, what it is. But which I like Al Michaels, even now I do. One of the greatest broadcaster of all time, but yeah, I recognize he's slowing down. But anyway, so I don't know. I still feel like I got to try to be as descriptive as I can. But yeah, that's kind of why I elect to do this way. And of course, the voice, yeah, I kind of speak more with my nose. Not entirely. This would be more of my nose, kind of be more of a nasally thing here. But it's kind of a happy medium between my real voice and, of course, the extreme. So appreciate you, True Raider, for tuning in, man. You are the man. You are the man. Soccer doesn't get enough love because they end in ties all the time. Why not shootouts at the end? I feel like the MLS did it for sure. I don't know. I don't think it went well. Pitt versus Detroit is going to be hardcore. I don't think so. I don't think so. If the Steelers show up to Detroit like how we've been playing the last few weeks, it's going to be 28-0. And I assure you, the Steelers aren't putting up 28 points, which is a shame. I feel like, so there's a reason why I do have optimism. And of course, again, I'm sure there's plenty of Lions fans here. I've already spoken to a few here. I feel like Rodgers wants to get one last, of course, again, he wanted to play against Chicago, didn't work out. But I feel like, again, he wants to let the Lion fans know, I'm sure, that, he's the king. So that's why I feel like there's a chance we might win, because maybe he might bring his A game. But other than that, there's nothing that tells me the Steelers are going to beat the Lions. Other than that, that's it. That's hope. A lot of hopium. I've listened to radio. Oh, yeah. It's a good show. All right, appreciate it, Richard. Thank you again. 2nd and 7 as Prescott is in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. We got a tight end in tight to the right as Prescott drops back. Looking, fires. It's caught at the 47. Flournoy trying to break free, but cannot as a pack of Lions bring him down after a couple. Bill King did awesome calls on the radios. Holy Toledo. Yep. Is TJ playing for us? I think so. I think he was a full participant, I believe. It's going to be desperation football, exactly. It's going to be very sad to watch. 3rd and 6. Prescott in the shotgun. They need to get to the other 47 for a brand new set of downs. They're at the 47. Sending a man in motion, trips to the right to 1 receiver to left as Prescott drops back. He's looking, he fires to his right. It's caught at the 50. Lamb cutting inside, breaking outside at the 45. He's at the 40 and pushed out at the 37-yard line. That is a Dallas Cowboys first down. It's a nice gain there. Well, I'll just wait for that to update me there. Be nice if I had a color guy with me, let me know how much that was, or, spotter. Whatever, it's a first down. The turkey is a hostage. He's not a hostage. We'll welcome back Father Time. Yep. Where do you rank Caleb Williams? He's getting better, but not great, as he's at the 35 and brought down at the 33. Turpin on the end around. That's a gain of 4. I just realized I missed some of the chat here. My bad, guys. Got a haircut? Yeah, I did. Yeah, definitely. I went 2 months, and you guys could probably tell. 2 months without a haircut. That was not it. Not it. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Cowboys. They're having a nice little drive here. They're at the Detroit 33. Prescott is under center. Receiver to left, receiver to the right. Williams in the backfield. As Prescott hands it off to Williams, makes a guy miss, leaning forward, trucking over a guy, and brought down by Branch at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 3. That'll make it 3rd and 3. Did you read or see anything about what Big Ben had to say about Tomlin? Pretty much time to move on. Yeah, no, he's completely right, and I'm shocked that he really did it. I feel like he'd want to try to keep that relationship good. I don't think Tomlin is upset. I don't know. I feel like Tomlin probably wants out of there too, to be honest. I think it's good for everyone to leave. Like, for him to leave, everyone just go their separate ways. Prescott fakes no, he does pitch it to Williams down the right side. Oh, runs into his own lineman, extending, and he's got the first down. Wow, that definitely shocked me. I didn't think they'd actually pitch it out. That never really works, so I guess it works for the Cowboys. I've seen too many Steelers games, I guess. That is a Dallas Cowboys first down. There was some concern here. Again, he ran to his own lineman, but still able to fight forward to get the first down. So 1st and 10. They're at the 26. Prescott under center. 2 receivers to the left as Prescott fakes the handoff, rolling to his left. Prescott fires to the middle. It's caught at the 19. Dropped immediately. That was a nice catch by Spanford. Not Stanford, Spanford. It's a Pride of Lions, not a pack. I knew that. You're right. By a Pride of Lions. I'll try to remember that. One thing I like about Dak is he's always gets his guys to catch to get yak yards. Yeah, no, he loves the yak. Loves the yak, especially in his early days. 2nd and 3. They're at the 18 as he hands it off up the middle, extending forward, but not going to be able to get the first down yet. That is a couple there, though. Davis on the carry. So 3rd and 1 coming up. Approaching 11 minutes here in the second quarter. Again, Detroit leading 10-3. Dallas, though, with a nice-looking drive. They're in the red zone, facing a 3rd and 1. The turkey is not hostage. It does look like it, though, now I look at it on the screen there. Prescott, the quarterback sneak, and he's got the first down. Oh, that was pretty easy. As he's tumbling forward to the 15-yard line. Again, another Cowboys first down. They're at the 15 in the red zone. Talking about Davis. And he had the longest rush of his career last week against the Chiefs. That was definitely a good game again. Just a great game by just both teams, really. Cowboys winning that one. That's again proving that this might be a different Cowboys team as Prescott fakes the handoff, rolling to his right. Prescott throws it to the end zone. It is incomplete. Pass intended for Flournoy again, not Miles Austin. It's going to be 2nd and 10. So, again, I'll give the Cowboys a lot of credit. Usually they lose those games. Now, again, albeit, of course, the Chiefs, this is probably their worst team in a good bit. But, again, I feel like Cowboys the last few years definitely lose that game against Kansas City, but they want it. And, again, they are definitely alive for the playoffs. They just got to keep it going. Same thing for the Lions. They got to get it back together. Here's Prescott, takes the snap. It's going to be a screen. It is dropped by Williams. Though, of course, a Lion was in the area. Now it's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up. Great coverage. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. I really do. Helps the channel out with you guys' comments. Appreciating it. Of course, makes me feel better. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Cowboys. They need to get to the 5 for a brand new set of downs. Ford Field is getting loud. In the shotgun, trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. As Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back, heavy pressure. Oh, and down he goes. That is a sack. Muhammad with the sack. That's a loss of 9. Thomas there just, I don't know what Thomas really was doing. That was as free as can be. Thomas, for some reason, looking inside. His first step was not so great. And that was a free rusher for the Lions. So 4th and 19. Again, they're going to settle for 3 here. This would be about a 42-yard attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. Just snuck it in there. Flirting with danger there, but he gets it in as the Cowboys settle for 3. 10-6 as you're scoring in the Lions. Still on top with just over 9 minutes to go. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out for this one. Figure as soon as I say the Lions. Oh, wait, hold on. It'll probably end up being a high-scoring game. Both defenses are suspect. As soon as I say the Lions make a stop, yep, that's how it goes. I'd be saying the same thing. Dak sack, yep. The prophet. No, okay. I got that. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. Of course, again, feel free to chat down below. I really do try to get to the chat comment section as often as I can. Of course, obviously when the game's happening, can't really do that. But of course, in between plays and stuff like that, commercial breaks like this, I definitely really try to get to the chat. So again, appreciate you guys. Rogers fan here too. What the heck is going on in Pittsburgh? It's just the Steelers finally showing that they're the Steelers again. Obviously, they look bad. Everyone kind of sees that this year. My bad, didn't mean to bump the mic, but they've really been like this for a while now, and I think it's just looking as bad. It's not really Rodgers. It's not Rodgers. Anyone that blames Rodgers for what's happening, they're just not watching the games. He's done all he can. He's really the reason we are 6-6. We don't beat the Jets. I know it's crazy as it sounds. We don't beat the Jets without Rodgers. There's just, I can't even think of the schedule right now, but there's just been so many games where he's really saved us. It's just bad. It's the end of Tomlin. Just a question. What's with the chicken? Do you choke it if you get angry? No, not that type of channel. It's just a touchdown turkey. So this made its debut actually last week, 7 days ago, and it was just a touchdown turkey. He loves touchdowns. So what he does is he'll pretty much celebrate whenever there's a touchdown. He's unbiased. He loves touchdowns. Go Lions, says Alec. Appreciate you, Alec, for stopping on by, man. Goku saying, how about them Cowboys? This guy. Yeah, I believe you did say Cowboys winning today, right? I think I saw that comment. Yeah, I did. We'll see. We shall see. As we're back here at Ford Field. Again, Detroit leading 10-6. They're going to get the ball back as Aubrey boots it away. That's going to be fielded at the 3. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, and brought down. Oh, the 29. And, of course, he shoved the Lion into the ground after the tackle. That's interesting that there's no flag there. He was flirting with danger there. Last 3 games leading up to the Eagles, Caleb Williams painted his nails green, silver, and white and won all 3. Well, I guess whatever works. Oh, you're welcome, Richard. You're welcome. 2 field goals. Now it's still too early. Still too early to do name calling. It's only a 4-point game, folks. You never know. Again, the Giants-Broncos game is an example of you never know. 1st and 10 at the 29 as Goff is under center, sending a man in motion as Goff fakes the handoff, drops back. He's looking, still hopping around, fires it into the turf, incomplete. I don't know if he meant to do that or not. That was a pretty terrible throw, to be honest with you. About 5 or 6 yards short. I agree with the shirt, Doc. I think the blue team wins. There we go. Blue and silver. Yep, that's pretty specific right there. Pretty specific. But yeah, no, we're just going to go with try to look a little bit more presentable. I think that would help out the channel. 2nd and 10 as Goff is he's in the shotgun. Trips left, one receiver to the right. And now there's a flag. And there was indeed movement. False start. That's going to back him up 5. Notice how sports are better when Chicago teams are good. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that one there. 2nd and 15. Goff is in the shotgun. Trips left, one receiver to the right. As Goff drops back, he's looking to his left. He fires. It's caught at the 30. He's spinning around at the 35 and brought down. That's another awkward-looking tackle by Gibbs, just falling down awkwardly again. Just all the bending around. I really hope he's going to be okay. That's the 3rd time that it's looked like that he lands awkwardly, but he's fine. Refs are betting. I mean, I don't know about all that. We have the touchdown turkey. Oh, yeah, this is a pro touchdown turkey channel. We love the touchdown turkey and the touchdown turkey. All he loves is touchdowns. 3rd and 2. Need to get to the 39 as Goff in the shotgun. Drops back. He's looking. He floats it down the left side. It is incomplete. And that's Williams asking for a flag. No flag is given. And there's no flag on the line of scrimmage. Again, there's a lot of movement up there. I wasn't sure. I think that's interesting. I'd like to see that replay again if there was an offsides or not. But there's no flag. And Lions, for the moment, it's 4th and 2. Wow. And Goff can't believe it. I'd like to see that again. I don't think they will. So the Lions, again, going to punt it. As the refs, you suck chants start overtaking here in Detroit. As there is the punt. Fair catch signal made at the 21. And, yep, refs, you suck. That's... Yeah, and of course, again, obviously the Cowboys-Lions games the last few years have been very interesting when it comes to reviews or referees and stuff like that. The Lions definitely have a case to be pretty upset. So commercial break again, 10-6, Lions leading. All right, let me see what we got here again. I did miss a lot. I apologize there. No penalty for a punch in the head. Yeah, I thought there should have been one there. I don't know why there was no flag. St. Brown is playing. Yes, Chris. Gibbs, your favorite running back. He's really good. Gibbs is great. I do think Bijan is the best, but Gibbs is like right there. Look like Cowboys are offsides. Yeah, again, that was very interesting. One of the Lions punt. I don't know. I feel like they're not feeling that the refs are on their side, I guess, right now. So it's like, okay, we better take it easy. Better take it easy. I don't know. It is an interesting game for sure. Again, there was the potential safety, which, again, they revealed the true angle of that after commercial break, where it did show that the ball was out again. Whether that was made with AI or not, I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. You'd like to think that they wouldn't do that to us, right? But again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I can, especially, of course, during commercial break or, whatnot. And just chat about the game. Chat about, of course, the playoff race. Again, there's a lot of stuff happening. Again, if you're just unsure, I'm sure you guys probably do know, like, where of course, your team is or where the teams are. But these teams just on the outside. Lions at 8, Cowboys at 9. With a win, the Lions' chances to make the playoffs would be 53%. If they lose, it drops to 18%. And for the Cowboys, if they win, it rises to 36%. If they lose, it drops to 8%. So this is a very big game. Not, again, a killer or anything, but, again, you look at the 7 seed. Well, the Niners are at 9-4. So now you're looking at, well, now we got to win our divisions. And that is probably more realistic, to be honest with you. Again, the Lions, are in the NFC North, which they have two really good teams. They're the Bears again, or three, I should say, again, with the Lions. But two teams ahead of them. Bears are 9-3, and then, of course, the Packers 8-3-1. And the Cowboys, they're kind of eyeing the Eagles that have struggled as of late. So, I mean, yeah, you'd like to take advantage of what is happening with the Eagles. You doing Bears Packers? I am. I will definitely be doing that one. All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 as Prescott is under center, sending a man in motion, receivers to each side as Prescott play action, drops back. He's stepping up, fire down the right side. Oh, Lamb's got it at the 50 and tripped up at the 42. That's a big play there by C.D. Lamb, a gain of about, what, almost 40 yards, 37, I think, 38, says that is a Dallas Cowboys first down. Just a corner strike. That's what it looked like. That is a very good play on Madden for many years. I don't know about it now. I don't really play it much, or actually at all now. Regardless, it's 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. They're at the Detroit 42. Prescott under center, play action. Oh, heavy pressure. Prescott evading. He just throws it backwards. Now it's recovered by a Cowboy, Ferguson. Now they're going to say maybe it was forward. And they are going to say it was forward. Again, I'd like to see the replay on that. Maybe it may have been forwards. I don't know. Oh my goodness, that's a fumble. Oh my goodness, and of course that's not going to help the ref's case. That's not going to help anything. And they're going to move it back. After replay assist, it is indeed a fumble, so that might help out the referees and the relationship with Detroit fans. CD drops. No, he didn't drop it. He didn't drop it. That's a loss of 16. Unbelievable. Prescott in the shotgun. Two receivers right, one receiver to left as Prescott drops back. He's looking to his left. He fires. It's caught across the 45. Pushed out at the 47. That's a gain of about 5. Makes it 3rd and still very, very long. 3rd and 21. First strike call. Yeah, no, that would have been. That's why initially I thought it was a fumble. Then it whistled it down. I'm like, unbelievable. I mean, you got to let that play out at least. And then, of course, that's when you check to see if it's correct. 3rd and 21. Prescott. It's going to be in the shotgun. Trips to the right to one receiver to the left. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. Way back. He steps up. Now he's moving to his right. Prescott checks it down. It's caught. He's at the 50. And, oh, the ball came out! The ball came out! It's recovered by Detroit! Detroit football at their own 47. Ferguson trying to do too much for a 3-yard gain, and it cost him the football. Campbell with the peanut punch. Brian Branch with the recovery. It's going to be Lions ball at their own 47. Whenever we come back, Cowboys lose the game. No way do they win the division or make the playoffs. I still think, depending on the Philly game, it would depend. Again, they're only a game and a half back. I forgot who does Philly play. Give me a sec. Well, hold on. I'll have to look at that later. 1st and 10 as Goff is under center. Receiver to left. Receiver to the right. Gibbs in the backfield as Goff hands it off up the middle. Now he's breaking it outside. This is Gibbs, and he's stripped up after a gain of 2. They blew the play dead when the guy could have gotten a few yards back. Yeah, it could have also hurt the Cowboys there. CD drops. See these drops. Oh, this guy. Lions ball. Yep. Big play there by Campbell. There's going to be actually a holding call on the Lions. That's going to back him up 10. And Skipper just yanking that guy's arm to the ground. You can't do that. Skipper now pulled to the sideline. That's tough. That's a tough play there for Skipper. Skipping his way to the sideline. 1st and 20 now for the Lions. Goff is in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. They're at their own 37. And looks like the Cowboys saying that they may have moved. And the Lions going to back up again. Unbelievable. All right, give me a sec. They play the Chargers. So, yeah, no, that could be interesting. That's right. I will be covering that one, of course. So, yeah, no, again, if you're still a game and a half back, I think with 4 games left, anything's possible for sure. Again, the Eagles don't look all that great. But a win would definitely help them out. 1st and 25. He fires. It's caught at the 38, and Tesla's dropped at the 40. That's a gain of 8. I understand it's Tesla, but I'm just Tesla. Keep it short and sweet. Gain of 8 there. 2nd and 17 coming up for the Lions. 5:30 and counting here in the second quarter. Again, Lions leading 10-6. As Goff is under center. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right as Goff play action, drops back. He steps up. He fires it over the middle. It's caught at the 40. Williams dropped at the 36-yard line. That's a big play. And that is a Detroit Lions first down. Whoever loses will probably have a hard time making the playoffs. I could see 7 seed being 11-6. Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I mean, again, I still think divisions are possible in both teams' scenario, depending on how, of course, the Bears and the Packers, of course, they have a big game. Lions lose this one. It might hurt them more, I think. As Goff drops back, he's looking. He floats it down the left side. It is overthrown and incomplete. Williams, I don't think, knew where the ball was. Definitely not the greatest effort there. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Goff so far 10 for 16, 122. Gibbs 3 rushes, 18 yards. Of course, he has a lot of yards receiving. And then St. Brown with 33 receiving yards for him. You're eating an entire Costco chicken for you tonight, Mr. Turkey. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, he doesn't really appreciate when you guys eat turkey. 2nd and 10. Goff is in the shotgun. Trips left to 1. Tight end to the right. As Goff hands it off up the middle, this is Montgomery. He's at the 30, breaking a tackle at the 25. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. David Montgomery, loving that one. 35-yard run. The touchdown turkey, of course, appreciates that. As the Lions now lead 16-6. Again, just right up the gut. Stutter stepping and moving, breaks 1 tackle, and then really broke the 2nd tackle, and that was it. Ravel trying to yank his shirt off. That didn't really work. And Montgomery, after that, it was free as can be as Bates is on for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick, it is up. It is good. 17-6 is your score. 4:27 left to go in the second quarter. Of course, this coming from the fumble. Ferguson fumbling leads to Lions points as they now lead by 11. There goes your upset. No, can't say that. Sup, Doctor? How's it going, Deacon? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Thought they were trying to make their run defense better. Yeah, that was, the Cowboys are, yeah. Again, you can't say it's over yet. Can't say it's over. Don't do that with the turkey. Doesn't look right, really. I don't know. I've got a lot of compliments there, Sigla. Not over yet. No, yeah, it's definitely not. Let's see. I'm trying to see what's wrong there. No, he's just happy. He's just a happy guy. Just a happy guy. The touchdown turkey. Hey, if we do merch in the future, maybe not this specific thing, but, turkey, but we'll do like a shirt, touchdown turkey or something. That'd be cool. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. The chat, of course, is a very big part of the channel. So, yeah, make sure. Replay the video when this is done. Okay. I must have... Okay, I'll take your word on that. I did something probably dumb. I don't think I did, though. It is what it is. But, But yeah, of course, again, feel free to chat and feel free to vote in the poll. Right now, 61% of you guys have the Cowboys winning. Might have to reset that poll at halftime. That's what we'll probably do. 39% with the Lions. It's not over. Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely not over for sure. Dallas Cowboys for life, says Ty. Appreciate you for tuning in. What game are you doing tomorrow? I am doing North Texas and Tulane. I'm very excited about that game. I think that could be a really good game. I am under the impression that North Texas should be the highest seeded group of 5 team, and then James Madison, not really Tulane, but of course Tulane could shut me up tomorrow. Of course, will I be saying that tomorrow? No. I don't want to make the Tulane fans mad or anything like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I think North Texas or James Madison definitely deserve that. Again, there's still a chance that both those two teams, if North Texas, well, really whoever wins tomorrow out of the North Texas, Tulane, and then James Madison, assuming they're going to win, if Duke were to beat Virginia, then you get 2 group of 5 teams in. I'm just saying that could be very much chaotic. As there's the kickoff, fielded at the 10. He's at the 20. Reversing field is Turpin cutting inside. He's at the 30, the 35, the 40. Oh, he's at the 45 and hit at the 50. Bates takes a huge shot there. There is a flag down. And this might be coming back, and I think Turpin realized it. Holding on the receiving team. That's going to be a penalty there. I don't know where that's going to be marked from. Can you imagine if JMU and Virginia lose? It's going to be very interesting. I'm telling you. JMU loses. Oh, jeez. Oh, that'd be disgusting. Because then you have to. I don't know who the other Mountain West maybe? Oh my gosh. I don't want to think about Goku. Don't put that thought in my head ever again. 1st and 10. Prescott under center, sending a man in motion as Prescott drops back. He's still looking. Fires. It's caught in the flat. He's at the 15, the 20, trucking over a guy at the 23, pushed down at the 24. And, of course, there was a penalty. Now the graphic just went away. So, no, it's just a gain of 4. Ty saying George Pickens going to get a score here as we're ticking under 4 minutes here in the first half. Lions again leading 17-6. Prescott is under center. Receivers to each side as he sends a man in motion. As Prescott takes the snap, drops back, looking to his right, fires. It is caught at the 30. Oh, Lamb making a guy miss. He's at the 35, the 40, and Lamb brought down at the 46. And that is a Dallas Cowboys first down. There's a chance that Troy could make the playoffs from winning the championship if they beat JMU. I don't know. I don't think Troy's that great or highly ranked. I'd have to look at it. They're of course unranked. Aren't they like 8-4 or something? I don't know. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys as they are marching a little bit here. They're at the 46, their own 46, as Prescott hands it off up to Millie Williams. It's going to be brought down close to midfield. They're going to give him 3, I think. Dallas needs a touchdown if they want to stay in this. They do. They definitely need something. Of course, again, a field goal still does make it a 1-score game. And Dallas does get it to begin the second half. So it's not over. But, yes, a touchdown would definitely make them and, of course, Cowboys fans feel much better as Prescott is in the shotgun. He takes a snap. Play action. Drops back. He steps up. He fires it down the right sideline. It is incomplete, but there is a flag. Oh, there's a flag, and it's going to be defensive pass interference. Pass intended for Pickens. As Reed, the defender, is looking in disbelief. Legal use of hands on the offense. Oh, pass interference on the defense. Wow, that's a killer for the Cowboys. Would have put them first in goal. But no, there's a foul on Ferguson. Decides to play patty cake with Hutchinson's face for some reason. That's not good. Can't do that. 2nd and 7. Dallas are at their own 49. Prescott in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Sending a man in motion. Prescott hands it off up the middle as he crosses the 50 and brought down around the 47. That is Davis on the carry. I believe that's his 2nd carry or 3rd carry of the night, as I believe they're going to let this go down to the 2-minute warning. So 2-minute warning, 17-6 Detroit. Leading Dallas. Dallas, though, in Detroit territory, facing a 3rd and 4 whenever we come back. Ferguson has a parlay on this game. Yeah, this guy. Jeez. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to chat down below. Let me talk to you if you like. And if not, let me talk to you. Does that sound like LA Knight? I just realized that. Not a WWE guy, but I used to be, but not as much anymore. Let me talk to you. What the heck? But yeah, tomorrow, again, I will be calling another game if you'd like to come back for some more. It'll be North Texas Tulane. Now, I'm going to look at Troy here. I don't think Troy's... Yeah, they're 8-4. They're not going to get serious consideration even if they beat James Madison. That is a 33-point spread, by the way. No, 23. That would definitely be an upset, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. And, of course, again, I do have a poll, and the poll has actually went more in the Cowboys' favor despite the score the way it is. Again, 62%. Now it's back to 61. Nope, now it's back to 62. Now it's back to 61% of you guys have the Cowboys winning. Again, 39% with the Lions. So, but again, appreciate you guys for hanging out for this one. And again, I know you had to scroll all the way down to find me, so I really do. Again, it really does mean a lot whenever you guys click on my video, giving the small channel a chance. And, of course, staying is really cool, too. So I do appreciate that. And, again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot. And all it is more sports on your YouTube feed, folks. That's all it is. Because that's what I do. That is what I do. I do play-by-play. And, of course, again, I'll be doing games Saturday and Sunday. I'll be doing 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and then the Monday Night Football game, Eagles and the Chargers. So a lot of football, a lot of streams happening the next 3 or 4 days, for sure. For sure. And again, this is a big game. Again, neither team can really... I mean, again, they can still afford a loss, in my opinion. I still think it's definitely open, especially a lot of these teams are going to be playing each other in the next, month or so they'll just beat up on each other. But definitely, you don't want to be on the losing end of this game. You definitely don't. A win just helps. So we're back here in Detroit again. 2-minute warning. Cowboys facing a 3rd and 4. They're at the Detroit 48. They'll need to get to the 44 for a brand new set of downs as Prescott is in the shotgun, sending a man in motion. That is Lamb. As Prescott takes the snap, drops back, looking to his left. He fires. It's caught at the 43 and dropped immediately. That is a Dallas Cowboys first down. That was Turpin on the catch. I believe that was his first catch of the night. I'm probably going to be fact-checked, and that's going to be incorrect. It is what it is. It's a first down regardless as Prescott is in the shotgun. No, that was his first catch. Look at me go. Prescott in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As Prescott takes the snap, drops back. He's looking to his left, floats it down the left sideline. It is incomplete. That one was thrown out of bounds. Stopping the clock at 1:25. So, again, you still got plenty of time. The Cowboys with 3 timeouts. The Lions, I believe they also have all 3. I don't think anyone's calling a timeout yet. 2nd and 10. I probably just jinxed it. Probably going to get a bunch of timeouts here. In the shotgun is Prescott. He lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back, looking to his left, fires. It's caught by Pickens at the 35, dropped immediately. Pickens pointing forward, though that's not a first down, as there's a flag. And Rock Ya-Sin, is not happy. Pickens not happy. Looks like it's going to be Offensive pass interference. Pickens can't believe it. Let's see here what the call on the field is. Pickens. Personal foul. Oh, wow. Pickens trying to rip off Rock Ya-Sin's face-off for no reason. And that is a 15-yard penalty. That is a devastating penalty. Didn't really need to do that. I don't understand that one. 96 penalties for the Cowboys. That's tied for the third most in the NFL. They love seeing yellow. So now Prescott and the Cowboys, they're at their own 42. Trips to the right, two receivers to the left. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back, looking to his right, fires on the middle. It's caught at the 50 and dropped at the 48. And now it's going to be third down. Third and long. Looks like the Cowboys, or maybe the Lions, I don't know. Someone's going to call a timeout here. So Detroit taking their first timeout with 1:11 left to go. Yeah, it's going to make it 3rd and 15. That's, again, it's doable. Is it not the easiest play, but it can definitely be done. Shooting ourselves in the foot. Yep. Yeah, you can't do that. Again, I don't know why Pickens really, he just went straight for Rock Ya-Sin's face and just decided to yank it. I don't understand what he was doing. That was just, made no sense. Didn't need to do it. Well, that's a good play there by the right tackle to knock down Hutchinson. 3rd and 15 for Dallas. Big play here. Prescott in the shotgun. They need to get to the Detroit 33 for a brand new set of downs. They're at the 48. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking, fires. It's caught at the 40, breaking a tackle and brought down at the 36. And now this is interesting. They're letting the clock trickle down here under a minute. 4th and 3. Nobody calling a timeout. Looks like someone called a timeout. As Detroit just took their second. This is going to, again, Aubrey looking to make this a one-score game. It would be, again, 17-9. Still a one-score game. Definitely not what the Cowboys fans wanted, but it's what you really need at this point just to keep it a one-score. Again, you go for it, you don't get it. It's a momentum killer, and of course you give the Lions kind of a short field. And of course Aubrey, one of the best in the business. Cowboy fans will tell you he's the best kicker in the NFL for sure. Go for it. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Again, you don't get it. It's a 2-score game, and you give the Lions good field position. This is a 55-yarder from the right hash. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. He just snuck it in there again. 17-9 is your score. 50 seconds left to go in the first half. Maybe Pickens is on those bath salts trying to get how to eat his face. Well, that would definitely be terrible. Terrible image there now in my head. Thank you. Thank you again for tuning in. Nick, you are, again, a channel legend, but maybe not so much for the image now. Great. He is the GOAT. Pickens. Oh, are you talking about Aubrey? Aubrey's pretty good. I don't know. I think the best kicker in the NFL is in Pittsburgh, personally. He's been doing it for a while now. But Aubrey is very good. I don't think I've seen him miss a kick yet whenever I've watched him. Aubrey's automatic. Yeah, no, he's again, like I said, he is pretty much this generation's Justin Tucker. You just hope that it doesn't end the way, his career ends the way Tucker's did. Though he's making a comeback, I think. Fielded at the 5, he's at the 10, the 15, the 20. Oh, breaking tackle to 25 and dropped at the 27. So the Lions will have about, again, 45 seconds. They'll be at their own 27. You get about 35, 40 yards here in field goal range in today's NFL. Cowboys have had time. They've controlled the game as far as time possession. 18 minutes of clock. Lions with only 11, and yet again the score in the Lions' favor. 1st and 10 at the 26 as Goff drops back. He's looking. He fires. It's caught at the 30 and pushed out at the 31. That was St. Brown on the catch, as that's a gain of 5. No, I pronounced it correct, Goku. I pronounced it correct. Tucker. Justin Tucker. They're going to give him 4 on there. No way. That was a pretty bad spot. That was a pretty bad spot there. Should have been 5. Only giving him 4. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Lions. As Goff is in the shotgun. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Goff drops back. He's looking. He fires. It's caught at the 35. He's at the 40. This is Gibbs at the 45. Brought down at the 47. And that clock is starting to run again. Or it's been running. 26 seconds and counting. Goff in the shotgun. He drops back. He's looking to his right. He fires. It's caught at the 50. St. Brown is going to walk out of bounds. That's a gain of 10. That should be a first down. Stopping the clock with 17 seconds left in the first half. What's up, dog? How's it going? Appreciate you for tuning in. He's going to the Saints. Is he going to the Saints? I saw he tried out, or he was working out. I don't know if he actually made it. That's crazy. Well, Tucker will be back in the NFL, folks. 2nd and 1. They're at the Dallas 43. Goff in the shotgun. 2 receivers left. 1 receiver to the right as Goff drops back. He's looking over the middle. He's moving to his right. Throws it away. Gibbs, I guess, in the area. Again, appreciate you, Chance, for tuning in. So 3rd and 1. Yeah, if they don't get any more yards, this would be a 61-yard attempt. You know, that's quite the kick. But again, in today's NFL, it seems like that's just, I don't know, it's just the way it is. Everyone makes it. I kind of don't like that myself. But maybe I'm a boomer, I guess. 3rd and 1, Goff in the shotgun, and there's a timeout by Dallas, as I guess they'll rethink on how to defend this yard. So, again, it's only 3rd and 1. In the Arkansas 8-Man Football Championships, the officials threw a flag, reviewed a play for a touchdown for Cedar Ridge, and then announced holding on Cedar Ridge to negate. Really? Oh, I would be livid. Oh, man, that would be horrible. You can't do that. Oh, man, that's yeah, high school refs are terrible. Now, I think we all kind of know this. Again, they're not really volunteers. They kind of do. They kind of do. They have to go to a school and do all this. They do get paid. But, yeah, they are pretty atrocious. That's terrible. I would be livid, man. He's on the Saints, really? Oh, yeah, you're unsure. I have to look at it. 3rd and 1, Goff in the shotgun. He drops back. He's looking, flowing it down the right side. It is incomplete. St. Brown. Oh, there's a late flag. St. Brown, the intended target. He was looking around, and sure enough, coming in late is indeed a penalty marker. It's a spot foul. Again, there's still about 10 seconds left. Ravel on the coverage. Again, he's kind of yanking that pad, the shoulder pad there. Didn't need to do that. So 1st and 10. Again, you have to imagine they're just going to try to inch it closer. Though you could say they take one last shot to the end zone. They are at the Dallas 29, so they're well within field goal range. As Goff drops back, he's looking. He's floating it down the right side of the end zone. It is, oh, Tesla was wide open and Goff just missed him. Oh, he threw it out of bounds. Oh, man, that's a tough one if you're a Lions fan. And Ravel, he just flat out fell down. And again, the throw, just not a good ball. So this will be a 47-yard attempt. This is Jesse Bates. Thoughts on the newly announced Xbox Bowl? I didn't even know about that. This is not Jesse Bates. Jake Bates. Jesse Bates. He is not a kicker. I'll have to look at that. Came from Fitzy Street. Yeah, appreciate it. Again, Thomas Fitzpatrick, folks. Make sure to check out his channel. He covers a lot of Boston, New England. Well, more so the Red Sox and the Bruins. And I guess every now and then I think it's a Patriots stream, right? I'm not too sure. I know you're not the biggest NFL fan. I could be wrong on that. Maybe you do. This is a 47-yard attempt from the right hash. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. Just snuck it in there again. These kickers, I think they're trying to get a doink. I don't know the way they kicked the ball tonight. But that is good. Lions leading 20-9 at the half. Cowboys, of course, will get the ball whenever we do come back. Or, of course, they will come back. I will be here. And it's about a 15-minute halftime. So, again, feel free to do whatever you like. Feel free to hang out and chat down below. Again, the chat is a very big part of the channel, especially for timeouts, commercials, as, again, I'm still learning how to do this, really, essentially. I kind of got the gist of it, but I still need to work on filling time. Goff's throwing accuracy today has been atrocious. I mean, it's not the best, but, they still have 20 points. I mean, that's pretty good for a half. You double that, and you're at 40. So let me go ahead and let's check out the stats from this game. That's something we can do. Of course, I'm sure some of you guys have bets on stuff or, fantasy points. Again, this is, for the most people, you're trying to get in the fantasy playoffs. You might have a few of these guys in. Prescott, 16 for 21, 154 yards. He's taken 3 sacks. Of course, again, it's been rough for him. 35 yards on those sacks. That's not good. And then, of course, Jared Goff, 13 for 21, 153. No touchdowns for either quarterback. Dallas rushing, Williams leading 29 yards on 9 carries. I feel like he has more. I feel like he hasn't played bad, but those aren't the greatest numbers. Davis, 2 carries, 5 yards. Turpin, 1 carry, 4 yards. Prescott, 1 for 1. And then, of course, for Detroit, he got Montgomery. He had that, again, 35-yard rushing touchdown. He's 2 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown. Gibbs, 3 carries, 18 yards, and a touchdown. And then Jameson Williams on an end around got 7 yards. Almost got into the end zone, but he stepped out about a yard shy. How you doing tonight? I'm doing all right, man. How about you? Hopefully all is well. Of course, the Cowboys, again, they are not winning, so I'm sure you're probably not as thrilled about that. But again, a tale of two halves, and we've seen so many games like that. I've seen it plenty this year with the Steelers. CeeDee Lamb, 5 receptions, 89 yards. He's had a great night. Ferguson, 3 catches, 33 yards. Pickens, 2 catches, 15 yards. Spanford, 1 for 7. Turpin, 1 for 5. Flournoy, 2 for 5. And Javonte Williams, 2 catches for no yards. And then for the Lions, you have Gibbs with 5 receptions, 63 yards. St. Brown, 4 catches, 46 yards. Williams, 1 for 25. Tesla, 1 for 8. Ferkser, 1 for 7. And then Dwelly, 1 for 4. Ferguson's lost a fumble. Branch has recovered a fumble. And then for again, I don't really go over defense too much, but we do have James Houston. Justin Houston, does he still play? I don't think he does anymore. I'd have to look at that. James Houston with a sack, and then for the Lions, we have Jack Campbell with the sack, Muhammad with the sack, and then McNeil with the sack. And, of course, Aubrey's 3 for 3. He's made one from 57. Bates is 2 for 2. He's made one from 47. Total yards for each teams. We have the Lions with 205. The Cowboys 158. On third downs, the Cowboys are 5 for 10. The Lions actually not so great on third down. They don't really see it often, though, as they're moving the chains within the first 2 downs. First, they're 1 for 4. Let's see here. Penalties. Each team with 4 penalties. The Cowboys with 43 yards of penalty yards, and then the Lions with 25 penalty yards. And then time possession, actually, they apparently took away some time possession from the Cowboys. Cowboys at 17:56, and the Lions 12:04. So, not a bad game. We've seen a lot of scores. Of course, again, the Cowboys, their problem is they can't punch it into the end zone. That's where they're kind of slacking. Like your shirt. Thank you. Yeah, no, we're kind of doing a soft rebrand here on the channel as we're trying to make it a little bit more official looking. So hopefully that works. I don't know. I feel like it could work. What do you think? What do you guys think? I hope so. It'd be nice to do this for as long as I can possibly do it. So again, I do appreciate you guys for hanging out for this one. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure again to like and subscribe for more play-by-play. Again, I'll be back on tomorrow as we have the American Championship tomorrow. I'm doing North Texas and Tulane. You sound better than Al Michaels. Well, I appreciate that. I disagree. Al Michaels is awesome. I understand he's getting a little bit older, but I don't know. I still like him. I'll actually let you guys see what kind of streams I'm doing. I'll let you go into the inner workings of YouTube here. It's not going to hurt me. I don't show anything too sensitive here. But yeah, tomorrow again, I'm doing North Texas and Tulane. I guess I can go ahead and make that public now. And then, of course, on Saturday, the goal is to do BYU and Texas Tech, Georgia and Alabama, and then Duke and Virginia. So hopefully, again, those are pretty great games. And again, I still think, Virginia is pretty good, and I do have a lot of Virginia subscribers. I don't really, if there's anyone listening in, please don't think I'm hating on. I just think it could be a closer game than you would expect. And then, of course, on Sunday, I have Steelers, Ravens, Bears, Packers, and then, of course, Texans, Chiefs. And then on Monday, we're doing the Monday night game, Eagles and the Chargers. So, again, a lot of stuff happening on the channel the next few days. You're more than welcome. Again, appreciate it. Do you cover NCAA basketball? I will. I know I've already done one game as a practice game. I will definitely do it for March Madness. So, yeah, I do expect to do it. I just need to refine what in the world I said because I was covering. So I did a random game, again, just to kind of – I actually didn't want many viewers because I'm like, I don't know what I'm really doing anymore. I actually did it, again, like in March for March Madness. Where is it at? Oh, yeah, so I did this random game. I don't think you can see it on my end. I did this random game, Milligan and Middle Tennessee. And to be honest, I was lost. So I need to remember what I was saying when it comes to basketball play-by-play. I don't do NBA. I won't do NBA. I just don't really care for the NBA. Not anymore. It's just not fun to me anymore. Just three-pointers and layups and dunks. That's what everyone does. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to practice on it, work on it, and then I'll for sure get back to college. I'm going to just have to watch some college basketball games. That's what I need to do. You got Texas Tech big against BYU. Okay, that's a popular pick. Of course, again, that's another thing. Just like the doomsday scenario for a lot of these teams, which I kind of pulling for. I want anarchy, honestly. BYU over Texas Tech. Then I guess the other one would be Georgia over Alabama, because then to potentially knock out Alabama. Again, it's not that I hate Alabama or anything. I just pulling for chaos. And then, of course, Duke over Virginia. And then you go North Texas over Tulane, because I think North Texas would actually be decent. And then just for fun, let's just say Troy beats James Madison. Would be interesting to see what the committee does. Again, I don't know. There's so many issues with the college football playoff. I'm sure we all agree. I don't really know what the perfect thing would be other than just to give automatic bids. Like each conference gets a certain bid, or, like the Big 10 and SEC each get 4. Big 12 gets 2, ACC gets 2, Group of 5, or, they get some bids. I don't know. You'd have to expand it to really make it fair. I don't know. It's definitely hard because, it's the only sport, essentially, that, you don't let the stats or the standings do the talking. You let other people decide for them. Again, we don't do all this for the NFL. Obviously, it's all mathematically in there. So it's really tough to really get the best teams or whatever it is, however you want to do it. Who do you think is going to win this game? Ultimately, I hope the Cowboys come out top. I still think it's the Cowboys can make again, they've scored 3 times. They're moving the ball. They just haven't been able to punch it in. So the question is, I guess, in the second half here, will they be able to finish the drives? I think it's definitely possible. James Madison not losing. No, they don't play Tulane. It's James Madison plays Troy, and then there's North Texas and Tulane, which I want North Texas. I want North Texas to win that one. I just found out there's an extremely small but not a 0% chance that Kennesaw State, yeah, pretty much they need Duke to win. They need James Madison to lose. And I guess there's a small chance that they can get it. Yeah, it'd be weird. Because there's no way they give Duke that. I just don't see Kennesaw State making it. I think I don't know. Actually, I'm going to look at the UNLV. I don't know. I feel like there's no way I think Boise State or UNLV would be ranked higher than Kennesaw State, personally. You know, I don't know. I mean, that's Conference USA. That's considered the worst conference. You have to assume they might. Well, maybe MAC. The MAC might be worse. I don't know, but it's fun though. MACtion. They're always fun. Those games are crazy. Those are fun games. Covered a lot of those this year. Those were fun. Those were great. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens to not tomorrow. Well, I guess tomorrow is all but Saturday. Very interesting. Kennesaw State gets in. They will be the first Conference USA team to ever make. Yeah, they would. And I think they'd probably be the last, unless they expanded, of course, the playoff. Which, yeah, I get both sides. I kind of like the idea of expansion. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Bears going to beat the Cheesehead Packers Sunday. We'll see. I don't know. Of course, I don't know. We'll see. The SWAC is the worst. Well, that's FCS. I don't think they're the worst. No, they're not the worst. I don't know. I don't really know much about the FCS. I don't think they're the worst, though. I know they don't accept, like, they withhold themselves from, like, the FCS championships. I don't know. I think they'd probably do okay. Now, if they played any of the Dakota schools, they'd probably lose. You know, Montana. Even Montana's good now. That whole up there. That's kind of weird that that part of the United States dominates FCS football. That's just kind of random, but it's kind of neat. I don't know. But, yeah, we're about 2 minutes away. Well, I guess about a minute now. A minute away from halftime ending. And appreciate you guys for hanging out with me during halftime. Hopefully we get a pretty exciting second half for this one. If the community screws us up, this could be the end of championship weekend. I can explain more, but I think you get what I'm saying. Oh, I totally get it. I think, yeah. Well, so I think you're probably talking about the Alabama thing. Now, if Alabama loses and it's a close one, there's no way they kick out Alabama. But if Alabama gets blown out, then it's like, okay, I think you have it. Yeah, you can make an argument that, Miami would move up. And of course, the weird thing is, obviously there's the whole Notre Dame Miami thing, and I get that, totally understand. But the weird thing, I don't understand how Miami all of a sudden moves up over the weekend. Like, both teams didn't play, and that's what's so weird about it. Like, they're making a big deal about it. I feel like the committee's already pretty much told you that, no, it's going to be Notre Dame over Miami. And again, I'm not saying that's right, so don't be like, well, Miami people. I get that. I know. I obviously know that. I'm just saying, I don't understand how these results this weekend impact anything between Miami and Notre Dame. I just don't see it. Tennessee Tech is good at football. Yeah, they're all right. If you're an AD of a group of 6, would you schedule more home and home or bye games? Depends on the group of 6, I think. Like, if you're a lower end group of 6, then yeah, you go with the bye so you can get more money to hopefully get more players or whatnot or whatever it is, facilities. But if of course you're like a Boise State, yeah, like Mountain West schools, really. I mean, they're all pretty good for the most part. Tulane, of course, a really good group of 6. North Texas, they've become. James Madison's developed into a pretty good group of 6 as of late. I don't know. There's some group of 6 teams that, of course, if you're like, you have prestige, have a chance, then you definitely want to try to get the home and home. If the ACC wasn't so discombobulated in conference games, Miami could have gone to the college football playoff. I don't know. Who did they lose? I can't remember who they lost to. You're wearing blue. I'm trying to look a little more professional here on the channel, Trisk. Maybe it works. Maybe. We'll see. I'll find out at the end of the night when I look at all the analytics. Again, appreciate you guys for coming back as we are about to start the second half. The story tonight, Gibbs, which I don't think Gibbs hasn't. Actually, can't remember if he scored earlier, but regardless, he has the second most. No, wait, what is it? He has 45 touchdowns before the age of 24, which is behind Barry Sanders only. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool there. Maybe lost to Louisville and SMU. Those aren't bad losses. Yeah, I don't know. Someone's going to get messed up for sure. That's what stinks about it. Then again, I don't know. I think the 12-team playoff might not last much longer. They might expand it. And of course, again, well, you should actually include this team. Then I don't know. They gotta figure something out. As here is the kickoff as we're resuming things here in Detroit. Fielded at the 5. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20. Turpin at the 25 and brought down at the 31. And that's where the Dallas Cowboys will start their drive. Again, the Lions leading, 20-9. Cowboys, their story of the night is that they've driven the field multiple times but have been kept out of the end zone. So can they find it here in the second half? Again, the touchdown turkey, it seems like he's biased. He celebrated only for the Lions. So 1st and 10 for Prescott as he's in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. As Prescott sends a man in motion. Lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back, looking to his left, fires. It is tipped in the air. It's intercepted. Intercepted. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, and pushed out at the 15. Oh, that's not what you needed if you're a Cowboys fan. Unbelievable. Tipped up in the air, picked off by a linebacker, and the Lions will have it in the red zone. Pass intended for Pickens. Gibbs did score. Okay, I just honestly forgot, to be honest. That's just great coverage there. Pickens, again, the intended target. So 1st and 10 at the 15. Yeah, that is tough, Deacon. Daniel Turpin. Oh, yeah. Daniel Turpin. Real ones know Daniel Turpin. So 1st and 10 for the Lions. They're at the Dallas 15-yard line. Actually, at the 14, as Goff is in the shotgun. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Goff saying ring around the rosy or something. I don't know. As Goff takes the snap, drops back. Looking to his left, fires. It is caught at the 10. Williams running backwards and then runs out of bounds. So I don't know if they're going to give him the initial forward progress. I think he just ran backwards there. It's going to give him a yard or so. Hurricanes will be a problem if they get in the playoffs. BYU will get destroyed. Well, again, BYU beats Texas Tech tomorrow. They're in. Or tomorrow, Saturday. Not saying it'll happen, but it would be interesting. Going to give them 2 yards, so 2nd and 8 for the Lions as Goff is in the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side, sending Gibbs in motion. As Goff takes the snap, drops back. He's looking. He fires it to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Tesla with the catch. And the touchdown turkey loves it. All set up by the interception as they show George Pickens on the sideline. He doesn't look too happy. So the first passing touchdown of the night by either team. Again, Tesla on the receiving end. As it's now a 3-score game. Of course, we're pending the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick, it is up. It is good. 27-9 is your score. 14-14 left to go in the third quarter. If you're just tuning in, you're like, well, I thought the Cowboys had the ball. They did. Interception. Lions had the ball at the 14, and then 2 plays later, finding the end zone. Cowboys definitely have a parlay on this game. This guy. Trisk saying, here we go, Lions. They are going to a 6-team playoff next year. That's where they will stop, though. I could see that for sure. I could see that. I don't know. I think we all can agree, though, the current way of doing things is not the way. And I do think you should, at this point, just give it to, put automatic bids in there or something like that. Like the top certain teams from each conference. Like you have to do it. And, of course, you don't just do that every year for the Big Ten SEC, because maybe in the future, you don't know how, of course, the Big 12 ACC future is, but maybe they become the top guys. You never know. You never know how it can go. So you just do it according to how they finished the year prior or something like that. Fielded in the end zone, and that is going to be taken for a knee. So the Cowboys will start this drive at the 35. I don't know. There's not going to be any perfect way to do it. Touchdown target, yep. Lions are keeping Tom touchdown turkey happy. Yeah, they are. He is a happy guy right now. Loves touchdowns. Lions have given him 3. Cowboys have given him nothing. So the Prescott under center as he's looking to rally this team. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left as Prescott takes the snap and hands it off up the middle. This is Williams breaking a tackle, but then the Lions meet him at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Campbell there in on the tackle. Again, Campbell, just a great linebacker. He really is. 2nd and 7 for the Cowboys. Going to give them 3 there. As Prescott is in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left as Prescott drops back. Pump fakes. Fire it down the right sideline. It is. Oh, what a catch by Lamb. Tackled at the 29-yard line. And there is a flag. I can assume it's going to be defensive pass interference, as Reed was all over him. Wow, what a catch by CeeDee Lamb. Throw a little bit underthrown, and of course he actually burned Reed right off the line. Just not a good throw by Prescott, but again, Lamb with a great adjustment and a heck of a catch. 1st and 10 at the 30, hands it off to Williams. He breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle at the 25, brought down inside the 20, as that is another Dallas Cowboys first down. Just like that, a few plays later, the Cowboys are in the red zone of Detroit. This one could be a very interesting game going forward. A lot of fireworks as Prescott's in the shotgun. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Prescott sending a man in motion as he lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking over the middle, fires it down the right sideline. It is incomplete. Pass intended for George Pickens. There's a flag for what it's worth. Looks like it might be against Detroit. It is. Holding on Detroit. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Reed, the guilty party there, was holding Lamb on the opposite side. First and 10 coming up for the Cowboys as they are at the Detroit 14. Prescott is in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking, floats it down the right sideline. It is incomplete. Lamb with a great attempt, to be honest with you. And Lamb might be shaken up on the play. He's holding his arm, or his hand, I should say. This would be a devastating loss if Lamb. Can the Cowboys come back? They can. Will they is a different question. They are looking pretty good on this drive, but this could be very interesting if Lamb. A lot of weight landing on his hand. You got to hope that he's okay. He might just be out a few plays. He might be out a few plays. Sport, yep. This is definitely sports. So Lamb is going to exit. Again, you got to hope that he's okay. I feel like a lot of weight landed on his hand. He might be out a few plays. Again, maybe there's something more serious here, but regardless, it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. as they are at the Detroit 14. Prescott in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. As Prescott takes the snap, drops back. He's looking, fires. It is caught at the 10. Flournoy dropped at the 9. That's a gain of 5. Makes it 3rd and 5 for the Cowboys. Flournoy, not Miles Austin. Wearing number 19 out there. 3rd and 5. This is a big play here. Again, I mean, if you don't get it, I mean, the 3 isn't the worst thing. It's definitely not what you want. As Prescott is in the shotgun, trips to the left, 1 tight end to the right. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking to his left. He fires it to the end zone. It is incomplete. Pass intended for Flournoy. And just like that, it's 4th down. Prescott looking to the sideline. And they are going to stay on the field. Might Lamb out a few plays. I guess I don't understand. Did I say something? I don't even remember. I don't recall. It's 4th and 5. They are going for it. A field goal would make this a 2-score game. They need 5 yards. Prescott lifts the leg, takes a snap, drops back. He's looking, fires. It's caught at the 3. Pickens, he's trying to fight. Oh, he fumbled the ball, and it's recovered by the Cowboys in the end zone. They're going to say he was down. They're going to say it was recovered at the 1. So they're going to say it's Cowboys' ball. He fumbled it forward. It's going to just go back to where Pickens fumbled. Pickens was fighting forward, trying to get to the end zone. Very dangerous. Fortunately for Pickens, it was recovered by a teammate. It's going to be 1st and goal. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1. Prescott is going to... Now it's going to be at the 2. They just moved it back. Go for him, 1st down. Your hair looks like it's on sideways. It's just a normal haircut there. 1st and goal at the 2 as Prescott is under center, sending a man in motion. He hands it off up the middle. This is Williams leaning forward and brought down at the 1. You meant on 3rd down. Gotcha. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, they went for the end zone there on 3rd down. Early 70s. Holy Toledo. Yes, sir. 2nd and goal. Pickens on the sideline, by the way. They're at the 1. Prescott is under center. Sends a man in motion. He hands it off up the middle. This is Williams leading. He's got it. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. And for the first time tonight, the touchdown turkey can celebrate a Dallas Cowboys touchdown. Just sends it right up the gut. Seeing if they're going to go for 2 or not. They might be just kicking the extra point here. Williams is off the field. I can't see. Yeah, they're going to just kick the extra points. Aubrey on. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. 27-16 is your score. Cowboys making it a 2-score game yet again with 10:41 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Plenty of time left in this one. Plenty of it. They will step away. I, of course, will be right here. You need Pickens to score. Well, they'll probably have plenty of other chances. Touchdown turkey, gobble, gobble indeed. Again, touchdown turkey, a fan favorite. That's why he's no longer just a Thanksgiving thing. Going to bring him on here very often. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. The chat is a very big part of the channel. So make sure, again, to subscribe to the channel. And, of course, I do have a poll. Let me know who you think's going to win today. 58% of you guys with the Cowboys, despite the score. 42% with the Lions. So, again, I still think it's anyone's game. Now, if, again, the Lions just go down and score again, then you have to wonder what the Cowboys defense are going to make a stop at all. You need Lamb, Ferguson, or Lamb. You need Lamb, Ferguson, or Lamb. Lamb twice. If Ferguson didn't have $1 million parlay on this game, the Cowboys would be winning. That's true. Again, Goku has the confirmed text messages from Ferguson himself. So there you go. If you're a Cowboys fan, you can be pretty upset about Ferguson. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Williams, again, 13 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Again, finally finding the end zone for the first time, or the Cowboys. The Cowboys 2-4 on the road, by the way. They for some reason, the last 2 years, been a very poor home team and have found success on the road. And this year, it's kind of reverted back to the norm. As, again, they are not the greatest road team in the world. Lions 4-2 at home. Again, a very big game, as I'm sure you guys have already heard me say, is both these teams are the 8 and 9 seeds. Of course, neither team would make the playoffs, as there are no such things as 8 and 9 seeds, but 8th and 9th position in the NFC, and a win would just help them, of course, keep themselves alive. A loss, not the end of the world, but it would definitely be a killer. As, again, those percentages of making the playoffs would just keep dropping. Time for a turnaround. Yep, we'll see. Again, if you're a Cowboys fan, which, I mean, I know Ty Gray here is, you need the defense to make a stop. Thanks for covering the absurdly late Notre Dame game. You're welcome, Rico. Appreciate you for tuning in for this one. Feel it at the 5, he's at the 10, the 20, 25, he's at the 30, and tripped up at the 32, and that's where the Lions will begin their drive. Hold on, this is about Lamb. Oh, it wasn't his hand. It was a concussion. He's been ruled out. Lamb has been ruled out. That is official. Wow. So it's going to be up to Pickens. Pickens and company. That is a huge loss for the Cowboys. Nice haircut. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. 1st and 10 as Goff is under center, sending a man in motion as he hands it off. This is Gibbs making a guy miss, bouncing it outside. Oh, but the Cowboys are there to bring him down. That's a loss on the play. That's a loss of about 4. Good play. Again, we were just talking about you need the Cowboys, if you're a Cowboys fan, to just make a stop here. And that is a good start for them, as it's going to be. They marked him down for a loss of 5. 2nd and 15. As Goff is in the shotgun. Receiver to the right, receiver to the left, sending a man in motion. As Goff takes the snap, drops back. It's a screen to Williams. Williams cutting inside at the 30, fighting forward to about the 34-yard line. Gain of about 6, maybe 7. You don't really know. Going to give them 7. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Lions. That is a kill. That's a huge loss, of course. That is a huge loss there. A concussion. And, of course, you know, again, it's, I guess, the good news, if there is any good news, it's a Thursday night game, so it gives them extra days to clear concussion protocol for next week. 3rd and 8. Goff in the shotgun. They need to get to the 42 for a brand new set of downs as Goff drops back. He's looking. He fires. It is caught at the 40. Oh, Gibbs makes a guy miss. Unbelievable play. He's got the first down. Gibbs is amazing in the open space. And that defender just, he fell down and he stayed down. He was just like, I got embarrassed in front of millions of people watching. That was bland, with a pretty bland attempt there. And then again, that is a Lions first down. Gibbs is so good. Jeez. 1st and 10 coming up for the Lions. They're at their own 44. Looks like, who's this? Cunningham in the backfield as a quarterback. He's going to take the snap himself and not get anything. That was interesting. Cunningham there, number 80. Again, I'm not familiar with him, but number 80 at quarterback, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. The Lion won't be lying down with Lamb. Yep. 2nd and 9. Apparently gave him a yard there. Goff is under center. Receivers to each side. As Goff takes a snap, play action. Drops back. He steps up. He fires. It is caught across the 40. Dropped immediately. That is a Detroit Lions first down. Marking him down at the 39. That's a gain of 16. 16 there for Williams. Doc, did I ever tell you I played for a collegiate level team? You did not. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, 1st and 10 here for the Lions. As they are at the Dallas 39. In the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Sending a man in motion as Goff hands it off up the middle. This is Gibbs. Gibbs cutting inside, but the Cowboys are there to bring him down. That is a gain of a couple. These guys are soft. I once played with a concussion. All I could see was green and red throwing up, but I stayed in. I can't remember stuff now, but I played like a man. There we go. Gotta like that old school mentality. Yeah. And again, of course, I'm sure Lamb would play, and I'm sure you probably know that as well. But, of course, with the NFL and their rules, it's like once they see that you failed the test, you're not allowed to go back in. I'm sure if this were 20 years ago, Lamb is probably back in there on the next drive. As Goff drops back, he swings it out. It's caught by Gibbs. Gibbs at the 40. Oh, stiff arming a guy at the 35. Walks out at the 34. Gibbs is just running angry. Oh, my goodness. Gain of 4. Gibbs, by the way, was 77 yards receiving on 7 catches, looking like a receiver out there. So they need 5 yards to continue this drive. Of course, again, if they make it close, Campbell and company might go for it. That's just what they do. Goff is in the shotgun. Receiver to the right, trips to the left. By the way, we're at 6 minutes now. This drive chewing some clock here as Goff drops back. He fires. It is dropped. Oh, it was intended, I guess, for Williams or St. Brown. St. Brown's the one that had it. But Williams and St. Brown were in the same area, so one of them ran the wrong route. Someone ran the wrong route. So now the Lions offense coming off the field. Wow, yeah, that's just interesting there. I don't know. Ran the same route. St. Brown was confused. Of course, that ball was not a spiral coming out of Goff's hand there. So this is going to be a 52-yard attempt from the right hash. This is Bates. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is. Oh, it's blocked! It's blocked! Or at least it was batted at the line. Looks like no one's going to recover it as it's going to be down. And the Cowboys special teams making a play. Blocking a kick, or at least tipping it. 27-16, the score will still remain. He played for Maryland in 2018 and got hurt. Oh, that stinks. Well, that's cool, though. That's pretty cool. 2018, that's neat. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go Detroit Lions, says Lydia. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not because, again, they are winning, but then they just had their kick blocked. So I don't know what to make of that one, but appreciate it, Lydia, for checking in, for tuning in, for scrolling down. Again, I appreciate you guys for scrolling all the way down to find me. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Definitely helps out the channel. And, of course, again, feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. So, again, make sure to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. And, of course, again, there's a poll. Let me know who you think's going to win tonight's game. 56% of you guys with the Cowboys, 44% with the Lions. So, very, very kind of close. Again, the Cowboys, you know, they might be able to drive here, make it interesting. Again, any score that they get on this drive, field goal, touchdown, makes it a one-score game. But they'll have to do it without CeeDee Lamb. So that is a huge loss. Big win for the Cowboys. Yep. Maryland, Daniel Turpins. Yeah, the Terrapins. Yeah, Daniel Turpin. He's a legend. He played defensive back. That's cool. That's pretty neat. That's cool. Look at that. A former college player in the chat. That is neat. I guess she wanted to get drafted by the Ravens or the Bears or something like that. Which, you know, the Ravens just have a great defense. I don't know, but the Bears, I guess they had a good defense during that time, I think. Was that no, that was not. Well, was that Coach Nagy? That was the Trubisky era. Well, they made it to the playoffs once. I don't know. All right, we're back here in Detroit again. If you're just tuning in, the Lions had their field goal blocked, and now the Cowboys will have to continue this game, of course, without CeeDee Lamb, but they'll have the ball at their own 34-yard line. 1st and 10, hands it off up the middle, and he is going to be brought down at the 45. Don't know why I said 44. They said 42. So that's a gain of 3 there. Costco chicken is delicious, but does touchdown turkey work for Costco? Oh, wow. No, he does not. Refs killed your parlay. That is tough. 2nd and 6. As they're at the 46, Pickens down on the left side. 2 receivers to the right. Prescott in the shotgun. He lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's rolling to his right, stepping up in the pocket, fires. It's caught at the 40. Flournoy spinning around and dropped at the 37-yard line. That's a big play and a big first down for the Cowboys. Gain of 17 yards. Please subscribe. This guy's really good. Thank you again. I appreciate that. Bears have never really had DBs, but I'd rather been on the Pats. Okay, gotcha. 1st and 10 as Prescott hands it off up the middle. He's leaning as he's brought down at the 35-yard line. That is Davis on the carry. He's had it a few times tonight. But playing for Baltimore would have been cool as I played for Maryland. Yeah, for sure. That's cool. Yeah, no, that's pretty neat, man. I'm sorry that she got hurt. I know that's got to be frustrating to think about all that, the what ifs. I definitely have done that myself, thinking about all that stuff. But yep, 2nd and 9. Prescott in the shotgun. He drops back. He's looking, fires. It is incomplete. Turpin, the intended target. I don't know. You just got to embrace it and go forward, I guess. I'm sure you've done that. Yo no sé de partidos de fútbol americano. Yo solo aposte y no quiero perder. I gotcha. I don't actually, I can read it. For some reason, I still don't understand it, but appreciate you for tuning in. Hopefully you don't lose. I know perder. Perder is lose. There was a hold apparently on the Cowboys, so that's going to back them up. 2nd and 19. As Prescott is in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Prescott lifts the leg. Lifts the leg again. Takes the snap. Heavy pressure. He steps up, fires. It is. Oh, what a catch. Brought down immediately at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 10. Ferguson and the linebacker fighting for the ball. Ferguson wins. As that'll make it 3rd and 9. It's your ACL meniscus. Oh, man, dude, that's horrible. That's horrible. Worst pain, yeah, I bet. 3rd and 9, Prescott in the shotgun. They need to get to the Detroit 26 for a brand new set of downs, sending a man in motion. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking to his right. It fires. He's caught at the 30, the 25, the 20. There's a flag. He's at the 15 and brought down at the 13. The Lions, though, pointing the other way, and it may be against Dallas. Oh, man. Pass interference, offense. Number 3, Pickens. He sent a pick, an illegal one. Oh, Pickens with not a great game. He's definitely going to have to, Pickens has cost his team with multiple penalties tonight and just not a great game for Pickens. So 3rd and 19. They're back at the Detroit 45-yard line as this Detroit crowd gets loud. They need to get to the 26 for a brand new set of downs. Prescott in the shotgun. He lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back, way back, steps up, fires. It is knocked away. Incomplete pass intended for Pickens, who's looking for a flag. No flag was thrown. And that is going to force, I don't know, the special teams definitely coming out, whether it's a kicking unit or the punt team. I have no idea. I don't want to lose. Yep. You don't know about American football, only bet. Best play-by-play. Thank you again, Ty. Appreciate it. Peanut Tillman was a great defensive back. Yeah, that's true, but not, in the late, I don't think he was there in the late 2010s. This is a 63-yard attempt for Aubrey from the left hash. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is. Oh, he just got it in. 63 yards. Unbelievable. You just see that almost every week at this point. A 63-yard. Again, at one point, that was the record. Gets it in by a couple of yards. Unbelievable how a 63-yard attempt. Jason Elam, he'd just be a guy in today's NFL, apparently. Pickens going to pick, yep. Is Dak, Aubrey, and Lamb the only players? Yeah, apparently. You're having some Cool Ranch Doritos. Nice. That kicker is good. He is pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's just insane that everyone kicks a 60-yard. Again, I think they did something to the ball. That's just me. But, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people also agree with that. Again, it is a completely different ball as well. I mean, it's marked with a K. They can do whatever they want to it. They can scratch it up. They can do whatever. But, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Feel free, again, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. Talk about that kick. Yeah, that was huge. The GOATs. Brandy, Monica. I'm a little lost there, David, but appreciate the comments. I know, Neil. That was amazing. Helium. Yeah, I mean, it would not shock me if there's helium. I think there is a little bit of helium, personally, in the footballs. Now, I mean, it's ridiculous. But, whatever. I'll just call the game. But again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, feel free to chat down below. Feel free to vote in the poll. Let me know who you think's going to win. This game is not over by any means. I know it was looking like that earlier. It was 27-9. The Cowboys, though, with 10 unanswered, making this a one-score game with 2:49 left to go in the third quarter. Still anybody's game. Of course, again, the Cowboys having to deal with no more CeeDee Lamb. So that's a huge loss. Lamb leading the team in receiving yards tonight with 121. Flournoy, I think, has the second most, or maybe Ferguson. I don't know. Pickens hasn't really done anything tonight. Not really doing anything, to be honest. He has the most. He has most what? Most like long kicks. Deflategate is still happening. There's no way these players are hitting these field goals every time. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Dallas, let's go, says Stacy. Appreciate you, Stacy, for tuning in. Appreciate all you guys for scrolling all the way down to find me. Again, I know there's a lot of people calling games tonight, so very much appreciate you guys for letting the small channel call the game for you. Next Thursday night, of course, again, I plan on calling that one as well. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons travel to Tampa Bay to take on the Baker Bucks. Fielded at the 3s, at the 10, the 15, the 20, 25, 30. Brought down at the 32-yard line. That's where Detroit will start their drive. Again, they find themselves now up by 8. It feels like they've been, again, it's been back and forth, but the Cowboys have really struggled to find the end zone. They only have one touchdown on the night. But yeah, they found themselves only up by 8 at this point. Aubrey's going to have more fantasy points than Gibbs. I don't know about that. Well, I guess with the 5-yard, yeah, I don't like the 5-point stuff. Oh, a Cowboy just falls down. 1st and 10 at the 32. Cowboy just fell on his face. So I don't know. That was very interesting there. Goff is under center as he hands it off up to Nelson Montgomery at the 35. Still leaning forward at the 40. Oh, he got close to the first down. I don't think they're going to give it to him, but that's great effort there by Montgomery. Gain of 9. That was only his 3rd carry of the night. There might be as many missed extra points and missed field goals. Yeah. The most 60 yards. Man, that is a lot. That is kind of crazy, though, how it works. 2nd and 1 coming up for the Lions. They're at the 41. As Goff is under center, sending a man in motion. That is St. Brown. And Goff takes the snap in, hands it off up the middle. Montgomery leaning forward. He's got the first down and a little bit more, as the pile will be whistled dead around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and, of course, a Detroit Lions first down. Michael taking the Dallas to come back and win 30-33. Interesting. I could see that. James, how's it going? Appreciate it for staying or for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'll wave back. Dallas plays well when their back is against the wall, says Stacy. Well, this Cowboys team's definitely different than the ones in the past few years. They definitely, I don't know, they just seemed a little bit more competitive. Let's just say this. Goff drops back. He steps up. Goff stepping up in the pocket, spikes it into the turf, incomplete. And what I mean by that, of course, is one, it just seemed like, in every big game, the Cowboys found themselves on the opposite end of the win column. And then, of course, the other time, if they play good teams in the past few years, they would find themselves down by 3 or 4 scores. And then, of course, that's when they all get the comeback and, But this team, of course, again, that was a big win last week. I definitely will give them a lot of credit. And right now, as there's a penalty on Detroit, illegal formation, that'll back them up 5. I don't know. The Cowboys, I get the feeling that they're just, I don't know. I think this team could find themselves winning a playoff game. I think that's possible. They got to find themselves in the playoffs, though. As, again, both these teams currently out. 1st and 15 is Goff. Play action. Drops back. He steps up. Fires. It is. Oh, what a catch by Williams. Coming back to get it. And dropped at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 13. As Williams and a Cowboy share some words, probably encouraging one another, probably how great of a player they are. I'm sure they just are big fans of each other. So, again, a nice catch there by Williams. Really, not the best throw by Goff. He was under pressure, but Williams doing a great job of coming back to get it. As it's going to be 2nd and 2. Goff is under center, sending a man in motion. As Goff takes a snap in, hands it off up the middle. This is Montgomery, and he's got the first down, crossing the 45-yard line, dropped at the 44. Let's see here. Again, I apologize for missing the chat here. Falling on his face, seeing, I don't know what I don't know what he was doing. That was funny. I am 3 and 4 already on my parlay, but unfortunately I have Prescott over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Oh, man. In the running, that is tough. We'll see, though. Looks like that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. Detroit 27, Dallas 19. Got a quarter left. Detroit is driving. They find themselves up by 8. Interesting. Pretty good game. Pretty good game. I'm sure you guys agree. Nice play-by-play. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. I am trying. Maybe they should start kicking extra points from 60 yards away. Yeah, right? Yeah, that should be it should be like a 50-yarder or something. I'm about 60. Pretty crazy. But yeah, no, I got what you're saying, though. It's almost automatic. This is a long game. It's about 2.5 hours. Right now, kind of. I can see, kind of. Slightly longer. Yeah. Might end around, 10:15, 10:30? You got minus 3.5 with Lions and under 55. Ooh, we're at 46 now. I don't know. I feel like we're going to get some points here, Kelsey, so that is tough. But we'll see. Right now, you're good. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe to the channel. Helps out small channels like mine. Again, I appreciate you guys for listening in. Hopefully you guys have found this entertaining, as, again, this is what I do. I call games here on YouTube. So make sure to subscribe. All it is more sports on your YouTube feed. And, of course, again, I'll be returning tomorrow. If there are any college football fans out here, I'll be doing North Texas and Tulane. That's kind of a win and you're in, essentially, for the American Conference as far as the college football playoff. Tulane currently holding that spot. North Texas, I think, is a very good team. I think they're much better than Tulane, so we'll see how that one goes. And then on Saturday, of course, I got BYU and Texas Tech. I'll be doing Alabama and Georgia, and I'll be doing Duke and Virginia. Yes, I'm not doing Ohio State and Indiana, though I want to watch that one so bad. I think there will be everybody in the world covering, of course, the games, the first two games, and then, of course, that game. So I think to give myself a shot at having a nice audience, I'll be doing Duke and Virginia. And, of course, again, if Duke beats Virginia, that would be a doomsday scenario for the ACC and, of course, a lot of other teams, as that would move. That would be two group of 5 teams making the playoff. That'd be very interesting. Your money, says Elliot. That's tough. That is tough. It's 10:40. Yeah, that's fair. Cookies, nice. Yeah, I think the 55 is going to be tough. I think it goes over 55. Again, both these teams have been putting up, or they've been driving. I shouldn't say putting up points. Again, Dallas, they have 4 field goals and a touchdown. I mean, they've been driving. They just haven't been able to punch it in. Now, again, they don't have Lamb anymore. That'll definitely impact them. As Goff is in the shotgun, they are at the Dallas 45. Dallas is going to, I don't know what just happened. There's a flag, actually. So hold the phone. False start. That is actually going to be against Detroit, so that'll back them up 5. Again, the playoff probabilities for each team. The Lions, with the win, 55% chance to make the playoffs. With the loss, they fall to 19. With the Cowboys, with the win, they go to 39% chance of making the playoffs. With the loss, they're at 9%. So, again, this is a huge game, but more so for the Cowboys. Now, again, I don't necessarily... Again, the Eagles are struggling. I think the Cowboys still have a shot, especially if the Eagles were to lose on Monday to the Chargers. But they are definitely running out of weeks. Goff is under center. 2 receivers right. 1 receiver to the left. They're at the 50 as Goff. Play action. Drops back. He steps up. Fires. It's caught by Montgomery. He's at the 45. Cuts inside at the 40. And dropped at the 37-yard line for a gain of 13. There is another flag. Because why not? Playoffs? Don't talk about the playoffs. You kidding me? I just hope we can win a game. Offsides on Dallas. That's probably going to be declined. So, yeah, that'll make it 2nd and 2 coming up for the Lions. Again, if you're Dallas, you need to stop here. Worst case, you need to hold them to a field goal. A touchdown, again, it's not over, of course, if they were to punch it in the end zone. But, I mean, to give yourself a chance, you need to surrender as little points as possible. 2nd and 2. Goff under center. 2 receivers left. 1 receiver to the right. Sending a man in motion. That's a lineman. Sending another man in motion. That is St. Brown. As Goff hands it off up the middle. This is Montgomery at the 35 and pushed across the 30. Brought down at the 29. That is a Detroit Lions first down. Red flag. I don't know what the red flag. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Lions. They're at the 29. As Goff is in the shotgun, trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Goff takes a snap, drops back. He's looking to his left. He fires it down the left sideline. It is caught. Was he in bounds? He was not. And, of course, there's a penalty because why not? Holding on the offense. That'll back him up 10. So just a bunch of penalties to open up this fourth quarter. That is kind of killing the game here. Just a lot of stop and go. Dak will do everything he can to make it to the Super Bowl, even if he has to cheat. That's the only way they play so dirty. Well, that doesn't make a football player professional, but that's on them. Interesting. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that there, Lydia, but that's, again, you can have the right here to share your opinion. That's perfectly fine. 1st and 20 as Goff is under center, receiver to left, receiver to the right. Gibbs is in the backfield as Goff takes a snap, and he hands it off up the middle. Oh, and Gibbs slips and is going to be touched down at the 41. That's a loss of 2. Tesla was not electric on that one. Just couldn't keep his feet in bounds. Again, if you're just tuning in, 13-30 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Lions leading 27-19. Pretty decent game, to be honest with you. Pretty good game. Cowboys, the story for them, they just have been able to punch into the end zone. You've done it once. 4 field goals for them. So 2nd and 22 at the 41 as Goff drops back. He's looking to his right. He fires. It's caught across the 35 and brought out of bounds around the 32. That's a gain of 9. AP, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Appreciate it for tuning in. As again, this is a pretty good Thursday night football game here. 3rd and 13 for the Lions. Again, if they were to get 3 here, it still would make it a 2-score game, which is definitely good for them. They need to get to the 19 for a brand new set of downs. Goff is in the shotgun. He drops back. It's a screen to Williams. Williams cuts inside at the 35, bouncing it outside at the 30. Oh, and the hit stick at the 28. Overshown just whacking him. Williams asking for the helmet-to-helmet. No flag is thrown. And it looks like Detroit will have to settle for 3. This will be Jake Bates. Again, he's been perfect on the night. No, pardon me. No, he had a kick blocked earlier. My bad. I just remembered that. 46-yard attempt from the left hash. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is right down the middle. It's good. Detroit leading 30-19 with 11:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, we got a good one. Dallas ball whenever they return. Hammer, good to see you. Appreciate it. He was pulling for the miss there. Unfortunate for you there, Hammer. Again, good to see you. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out for this one. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot. And, of course, feel free to chat down below. I really do enjoy talking to you guys. Again, you can share your opinion. Even if I, disagree, that's fine. We're allowed to disagree. You probably disagree with me, and that's okay. Of course, if you disagree with the play-by-play, then I have to question you at that point. It's like, well, I'm just letting you know what's happening. But if it is more of an opinion-based statement, then yeah, of course. But yeah, the poll shows 56% of you guys have picked Dallas to win, 44% with Detroit. Right now, of course, the Lions leading by 11. But this game is definitely not over. The Cowboys looking pretty good here in the second half. Of course, the big story is that Lamb has been knocked out of the game, a concussion, knocking him out. So it's going to be up to Pickens and company. But right now, it's really been Flournoy picking up the slack. Pickens has cost the Cowboys with 2, I believe, 10 or 15-yard penalties. And he fumbled, but luckily for him, it was recovered by a fellow Cowboy. Aubrey got you 20 points. Jeez, yeah, he is pretty good. Again, I don't like the leagues where they add on more points to the kick. It should all be 3, even if it's 50-yard kick. I don't like that. It should be 5. It should all be 3. That's just me, though. Jim, appreciate you. Nice job. Thank you. Thank you again. I try. And, of course, again, I'll be back on pretty much this weekend. Friday night, again, I'll be doing Tulane, North Texas. Saturday, I'll be on all day. BYU and Texas Tech, Alabama, Georgia, and then Virginia, Duke. Yes, I know I'm not doing Ohio State and Indiana because, again, everybody and their mom is pretty much going to be streaming that game. And then, of course, on Sunday, I'll be doing my Steelers and the Ravens as I get to self-destruct in front of all you guys, as we'll fall to 6-7 most likely. And then the game of the week, Packers and the Bears. That'll be fun again. Everyone's probably going to be covering those two games, but, you know, those are big games, and I kind of want to see how they'll go. So Sunday will be a rough day for the channel, but that's okay. They should be fun. Oh, and then, of course, I'm doing Sunday Night Football. There you go. So we're back here in Detroit, as again, Detroit leading 30-19. Dak and company here looking to get something going. As there is the kickoff, and that's going to be fielded at the 3s, at the 10, the 15, the 20, 25. Turpin spinning around and dropped at the 30-yard line. As Turpin doesn't like that Nowowski there had his foot and was holding on to it. What do you got for Alabama, Georgia? Man, I'm thinking Georgia. I know Alabama usually beats Georgia. They usually have their number. I'm thinking Georgia, though. What the heck was that noise? Was there a noise? Oh, on the prime. Yeah, that was a weird noise. I don't know what that was. 1st and 10. Prescott is under center. Receiver to left, receiver to the right. Sending a man in motion as he drops back. Play action. He steps up. Prescott pump fakes. It's going to take off and run. He's jogging at the 35, jogging at the 40, and then jogs out at the 42-yard line. One of the slower 12-yard runs you'll ever see, but he gets the job done. That is a Dallas Cowboys first down. Well, Prescott looking like Peyton Manning out there. And I'm not talking about his throwing ability, more as far as the running. But again, a first down, 1st and 10 coming up for the Cowboys. Pickens, by the way, still on the sideline. Hasn't really done much since the fumble. As Prescott hands it off up the middle. This is Williams at the 45, breaking a tackle. He's at the 50 and brought down at the 47. That is a gain of 11. 7-11 there, as that is a brand new set of downs for the Cowboys. It was a flower noise, yeah. Again, I don't know if that was on my end. I'm sorry. I don't think I heard anything. If there's anything outside that's, whatever, there's a window right here. Sometimes I hear noises out there, and I feel like I might die, but I'm fine. 1st and 10 at the 47 as Prescott is in the shotgun. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. As Prescott drops back, he's looking, fires. It's caught by Flournoy at the 42, dropped immediately, as that's going to be a gain of 5. Cowboys again just moving the ball. Ideally, you find the end zone here, but again, a field goal's not the end of the world. It would still make it a 1-score game. But again, that's kind of been the story here, is that the Cowboys have just been settling for 3. You have to wonder if you turn a few of those into some touchdowns. It is a tie game, or, Cowboys might have to lead. As Prescott is under center, receivers to each side. As Prescott drops back, he's looking over the middle, steps up. He throws it down the right sideline, wide open at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Dallas Cowboys, Flournoy. And of course, the touchdown turkey loves touchdowns, unbiased. He just loves touchdowns. As it's now a 1-score game, the Cowboys driving 70 yards in just 4 plays. In under 2 minutes. Wide open. What happened here? Looks like the corner was playing underneath and Branch was playing underneath as well. That's not a good combination. Not a good combination at all. As the Cowboys finding the end zone. They're going to go for 2. Prescott is in the shotgun. Trips to left, 1 receiver to the right. They just need 2 yards. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap. He's looking over the middle. Prescott still holding the ball, patting, fires. It is caught, and the 2-point conversion is successful. It is now a 3-point game with under 10 to go as the Cowboys keep storming their way back. 30-27 is your score. This is a pretty good game. Pretty good game. I will admit I do enjoy this. They will step away. I, of course, will be right here. You hit it on Prime. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know what that was. I think it was a guy just screaming. Save you. I say save me. So, yeah, the over hit, so I'm very sorry. I think it was Kelsey that needed 56 and under. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a feeling that the over was going to hit there. Go for two. Yep, wild one. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good in Detroit. Yep. Those flower noise. He's out for the rest of the game. Pickens, no, he's not out for the rest of the game. I know for the moment it looks like he's been benched. Again, like I said earlier, which he might not have been here. That's okay. He's cost the Cowboys with 2 big penalties. That's taken away big plays, and then, of course, there was the fumble. So I feel like at that point, I don't know. I mean, whether it's the right call or not during the game, it is what it is. But it seems like for the moment he's been benched. I'm sure he's fine. Again, they just went down the field without him. Flournoy, again, has really emerged. I said it earlier. It looks like he's really the number 2 tonight. And he's playing well. Flournoy, again, with 75 yards, 6 catches, and a touchdown. 9 targets. So good stuff. Have a day, Ryan Flournoy. He's not Miles Austin. We'll just have to stop saying that now. Flournoy owns number 19, not Miles Austin. We have a ball game. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate it again, Hammer, for tuning in. Indeed, says Stacy. 11 minutes. Yep, it is. Well, it's under 10, but yeah. Definitely a good one. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. I really do enjoy talking to you guys. So if you guys want to talk about the game, talk about, the playoffs, talk about college football, whatever it is you want to talk about, I try to get to the comment section as often as I can. And I do want to, again, I've covered these teams already multiple times. This is the 3rd time I've covered the Cowboys this year, the 4th time for the Lions. And again, I don't just cover primetime games. I cover, of course, my Steelers and other games on Sundays as well. It's not just strictly Steelers and primetime. It's other games as well. The Cowboys twice, the Lions 4 times. So again, this is the 5th Lions game I've covered, the 3rd Cowboys game. Cowboys are 1-1 when I cover them. The Lions are 1-3. When I cover them. So Lions not so great for some reason when I watch them. Fielded at the 3s, at the 10, the 15, the 20s, at the 25. Oh, he's at the 30, the 35, and brought down at the 41. That's a great return by Kennedy. Kennedy with a great return there. And they'll be at the 41. Again, they're showing off the Cowboys' remaining schedule. Hosting the Vikings, hosting the Chargers, at the Commies. Then they're at the Giants and the Eagles, at the Chargers, hosting the Raiders, at the Commies, at the Bills. Then they host the Commies. Cowboy team. Yeah, this is a Cowboy team for sure. Pie in the chat. Yeah, nice. I'm predicting a Schoonmaker tutty for the win. Oh, man. We'll see what happens here. Goff is under center. Receivers to each side. Gibbs is in the backfield. As Goff hands it off to Gibbs. And Gibbs is not going to get much. He gets a couple brought down at the 43-yard line. I have some options there if I want to do a play on words. Goff hands it off. And then he gives it to Gibbs or something. I don't know. It is what it is. How do you feel about the Eagles? They're kind of not looking as good lately. Again, they are still the Eagles. They've done very well over the years, but I don't know. It is interesting. I think the Monday night game tie will tell us a lot about the Eagles. Will they bounce back against a good AFC team or not? 2nd and 8 as Goff hands it off to Gibbs, making a guy miss, but not going to get much there as he gets another couple there, brought down at the 45, makes it 3rd and 6. They'll need to get to the Dallas 49s. This Dallas defense looking much better here in the second half. Please subscribe to this guy. He's really good and fun to listen to. Spike the like. Thank you again, Trisk. Thank you again. If you guys could do that, it would be great. You think Jahmyr Gibbs getting one more yard receiving? I don't know. I mean, he's right. He's out out wide right now. As Goff drops back, he's looking. Goff looking, fires. It is caught at the 45. Williams at the 40, the 30, and dropped at the 25. That is a first down, but there is a flag. This will be interesting. What will it be? It looks like it's going to be against Dallas. Tom Kennedy sounds like a teacher. Mr. Kennedy. I was thinking more of the WWE guy. Personal foul. Roughing the passer defense. The blow to the head as Goff immediately, as soon as he was hit, he was like, hey, what just happened? Whether you disagree or not with the call, again, I personally don't like those personal fouls for the quarterback. Can't really hit the quarterback anymore. Shouldn't really have done it, though. Again, he just shoves his hand in his face. Like, why? So you can only blame yourself if you're the Cowboys, as that's going to be a brand new set of downs for the Lions. We'll see where they mark it. Again, it probably is half the distance. Yeah, they're going to mark him, oh, man, at the 11. That is a tough one there. So the Lions have it first and 10. Oh, at the 13, pardon me. Goff under center. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver to the left, sending a man in motion. Goff takes the snap, tosses it to Gibbs. Gibbs cutting inside at the 10, brought down at the 9. That's a gain of 4. Wasn't really a toss. It was a toss, but he cut it inside. So that's actually called a tunnel sweep, if you did not know that. I learned that the other week. That wasn't roughing. Well, again, the hand to the face, and again, it was after he threw. Again, I kind of agree, but I also am like, well, if you know the rule, why in the world would you shove your hand in the guy's face? Like, I don't know. 2nd and 7, ball at the 10. Goff under center as he hands it off to Gibbs. Gibbs cuts inside at the 5, leaning forward. He's got it. Touchdown, Detroit Lions, and the touchdown turkey loves touchdowns. Dak apparently loves it. He's clapping on the sideline as it's now 36-27. And it's once again a 2-score game. A lot of discussions there by the Lions and the Cowboys. Sure, again, they're sharing a bunch of great sportsmanship, if I had to guess. As we await the extra point. How do I feel about the Eagles? I adore my team. Go Eagles, fly, road to the victory. Oh, man. Yeah, I would imagine you'd feel that way, Lydia, for sure. As we're about to do the extra point here, but now they're taking the ball away. I don't know what's going on. Now we're back to, okay, that was weird. All right, again, we're on for the extra point from the left hash. This is Bates. Again, it's 36-27. We're just awaiting for this kick that it's seemingly taken an hour to do. The snap, the hold, the kick, it is up. It is right down the middle. It's good. 37-27 is your score. 7-17. A lot of sevens on the screen right now. 7:17 left to go here in the 4th quarter. They will stay away. I, of course, will be right here. How do they expect a 300-pounder to stop his momentum? Well, again, it's the face. I feel like if you accidentally hit him, like anywhere else, you probably don't get that flag. Again, it's the face. He had clearly thrown it. Again, I'm not. I understand both sides. Like, I hate that personally. I think that's dumb, just a blow to the head, even if it's not like that. At the same time, you should know the rule. So, like, you're just asking for it at that point. So, again, if he just lowers it to the chest, it's probably not a penalty there. Touchdown target. Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying, though, Hammer. Trust me. Again, the way the NFL is now, I don't like it. It should go back to the mid-2000s rules. Again, helmet to helmet. That's pretty dumb, to be honest with you. Again, is it dangerous? Yeah, I know that's a crazy take now. But, old school fans, think that's dumb. It's football. You can't tackle the guy, apparently. And just, again, there's whole other things. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys for listening in. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. It also, of course, helps the channel out. So, again, appreciate you guys. But it is pretty fun to talk with you guys. Touchdown turkey, yep. I am not following there. They hate school. Always odd seeing kickers on the left instead of the right hash. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just the way he hits it. Yeah, you've lost me there. All right, if you keep... All right, okay. Yeah, you're gone. You're not gone, but you're getting put in timeout, buddy. Not a fan of the spammers, so you're gone, buddy. You can watch in silence. But yeah, appreciate you guys for listening in. And, of course, the Cowboys, again, will they have George Pickens on the field? Again, he was seemingly benched the last possession. But apparently they didn't need him. Again, 4 plays, 70 yards in less than 2 minutes. They looked really good on that one, really efficient. Gibbs, by the way, with 29 yards on 10 carries, 2 touchdowns. So he's definitely had a pretty good night fantasy-wise. He's also had plenty of catches. I believe he has 77 yards receiving. It's up to the kicker. Yeah, it's just preference. It's just preference at that point. So we are back here in Detroit again. Dallas going to get the ball as there is the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Turpin at the 15, the 20. Reversing field at the 25. Cuts inside at the 30 and brought down at the 34-yard line. That's where Dallas will take over with 7:12 left to go in this one. Ron Smart is 48. Yep, he hate me. That was Ron Smart. Which I actually didn't know he had that nickname. I remember playing Madden 05, and that's how I knew Rod Smart. And he was just the guy with the big afro. That's how I knew him as a kid. Thought it was so cool. 1st and 10 here for Dallas at the 34. It's over. Way too early to say it's over. Way too early to say that. Looks like there is an injury, actually, so hold on. Hold the phone here. An injured Lion. So, looks like they will cut away. Picture the Fox injury music. You know what jingle I'm talking about. Outside of Bates, I usually don't see kickers on the left. Yeah, again, it's just kicker preference. Cowboys always been a second half, fourth quarter team. Well, again, they look pretty good offensively here in the second half. Again, the first half, they had 3 field goals. They just couldn't punch it in. Of course, one of those was a long field goal. And then the field goal here in the second half was a 63. No, that was in the first half. I actually can't remember. I can't remember the order. There were multiple long field goals tonight. But, yeah, there is an injury on the play. Looks like it was Avaki, the injured Lion. So, of course, again, feel free to chat down below, folks. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many people as I can. The chat is a very big part of the channel. So make sure, again, to like and subscribe and chat away. Chat away here on Dr. Delay. So much appreciated, though. Hold on, I'm just checking some things here. But, yeah, again, just... let's see here. Again, the story of the night, of course, both these teams, again, they're just outside the playoff picture. The Lions at the 8, the Cowboys at the 9. Of course, again, both teams still have a chance for the division title. They're going to, of course, they need the teams in front of them to drop. The Lions, of course, that won't happen this week, as either the Bears or the Packers will win. Unless, of course, I guess they tie. But that won't happen for them. Of course, for the Cowboys, they travel to Los Angeles. So, again, even if they lose, it's still not over. Still got some time left. Game and a half back with 4 games to go if the Cowboys were to lose tonight and the Eagles were to lose. But definitely, again, running out of time. Again, who's all on the field? Right now, we're in a commercial break. Trust me, I will let you know what's happening when I can. But yeah, right now it's during a injury timeout. Looking good. Yep. Okay, we're back here again. 1st and 10. Vaki is now on the sideline. So 1st and 10 for Dallas as they're at the 33. Prescott is in the shotgun. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. As he drops back, he's looking. Prescott scrambling, moving to his left. Oh, and down he goes. That is a sack. Oh, and that's not what you need if you're Dallas. That's a huge loss on the play. Pickens, by the way, is on the field, so there is that. That answers that question. Dropped at the 23. It's a loss of 10. They're actually going to mark him down at the 24. So 2nd and 19. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, play action, drops back, rolling to his right, steps up, fires. It is caught at the 43. Flournoy getting up and extending himself to the 44. And that's where he's dropped. That should be a Cowboys first down. Oh, what a play by Flournoy again. He's had a great night. Haircut. Oh, yeah, no, got a haircut. First and 10 at the 44. Prescott fires. It is caught by Pickens at the 50 and then brought down at the 47. Pickens handing the ball to somebody. That's kind of rare, but that's good to see, I guess, if you're a Cowboys fan. Second and short as the clock hits 6 minutes now. Prescott in the shotgun, hands it off to Williams up the middle. He's got the first down, crossing the 45, brought down at the 43. So first down for the Cowboys. Again, time is not on the Cowboys' side right now. You need to score pretty quickly. Let's go, Lion, says Richard. Thank you for streaming. Appreciate it, George. Thank you again for tuning in. First and 10 at the 43. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, fakes the pitch. He's looking. Prescott trying to escape. He does for the moment. Hutchinson on the pursuit. Prescott fighting forward for a yard. So good job avoiding the sack, but it leads to just a yard as the clock continues to run. Scuttlebutts. I've heard the phrase. I don't remember what it really means. So second and 9 here coming up for the Cowboys. Again, you're at 5 minutes now. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking, fires. It is caught at the 30, dropped immediately. That is a Cowboys first down. Schoonmaker with the catch. And again, 4:50 and counting. The clock is continuing to run. Touchdown Turkey sensing something. Could be a touchdown here. We'll see. They're at the 30. Prescott in the shotgun. Hands it off to Williams. Williams leaning forward. Not getting much. Just going to get a couple. Brought down at the 28. Again, 4:30 and counting. You definitely need to score quickly. Dallas, by the way, with, again, all three of their timeouts, as Prescott fires. It is incomplete. Pass intended for Schoonmaker. Clock stopping. I guess that's the one good thing about that, is that it stops. The clock had just been continuous the whole time. Prescott, again, over 300 yards on the night, a touchdown and a pick. Williams with 67 yards rushing. Flournoy with 95 yards receiving. Again, the story is Lamb. He's been rolled out. He had over 100 yards as he was knocked down in the third quarter. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, fires. It's caught at the 20, and Flournoy dropped at the 18. What a catch and run, as that is a Cowboys first down. We're approaching 4 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter. First and 10 at the 18. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking, fires. It's caught by Pickens, pushed out at the 12. That stops the clock with 3:54 and, well, I guess it's not counting, 3:54. Marked him down at the 11. No touchdown Turkey. If he does, he's going to be dinner. No, sir. He's not going to be dinner anytime soon. No, sir. Second and 3 coming up for the Cowboys. Prescott barking orders at Pickens, sending a man in motion. Lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking to his right, floats it up in the air, and that's going to be incomplete. Good news, that play only took 4 seconds, and it stops the clock. Flournoy is over. No, yeah, Flournoy's had a great day. Again, he stepped up as pretty much the number 1 receiver since Lamb has been knocked out again. Pickens has been very hot and cold tonight. Third and 3 coming up. Prescott lifts the leg, and there is going to be a timeout by Detroit. So I guess they didn't like something. Touchdown Turkey, let's dance. Now, yeah, touchdown Turkey is full of stuffing. I love stuffing. Stuffing's great. So timeout there by Detroit. That's their first. Again, Dallas with all 3. And again, that's very important because, of course, Dallas will once again be on defense, and they'll have to stop Detroit. And you have to assume they'll take those timeouts when they can. Third and 3 for Prescott and the Cowboys. They need to get to the 8 for a brand new set it down, sending a man in motion. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. Oh, there's an early start there. No call. Fires. It is tipped in the air. Almost intercepted, but there is a flag. Branch, slow to get up. And Branch is still down. In fact, he did not get up. Hopefully he's okay. That would be a huge loss. And the referee is discussing this. Hands alone. A little bit of a pull there. I don't know if it's flag worthy, but it may be. It may be. Well, I could see the pull again. It's like a little pull. But we'll have to see where. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Pass interference. Offense. Oh! Wow. So there's no pull there by the linebacker. It's going to be offensive pass interference. And if that was declined, you have to imagine Dallas is going to have to kick a field goal here. As he's looking, Ferguson's asking the referee, like, hey, are you aware? So Ferguson grabs Anzalone, and maybe that forces Anzalone to grab Ferguson? I'm not too sure. It's interesting. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's a tough one. Terry McCauley, of course, again, one of the great referees. Of course, you're seeing that the referees are terrible now. McCauley on the broadcast saying that's not a good foul, not a good call. He doesn't see that. So, yeah, you're going to bring out Brandon Aubrey. This would make it a one-score game. First player in NFL history with 3 field goals of 55 yards plus in a single game. Wow. So we actually witnessed history tonight. Brandon Aubrey now in the record books. This would be a 29-yard attempt for Brandon Aubrey. Again, Branch still on the field. You got to hope that he's okay. Again, he's been a great player since entering the NFL. Again, he was another guy I was kind of eyeing. The Lions took all my players, I guess, for the Steelers. Orlando can't believe it either. He's questioning things. So, again, we're still in that injury delay. I believe he's making his way off the field. And, again, the Cowboys, look, for the moment, they're going to go with the chip shot field goal, 29-yard attempt. Aubrey, pretty much automatic from anywhere inside 63. So you'd figure that this is a free 3 points and not an announcer's curse. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be really bad? To make this a one-score game. The snap, the hold, the kick, it is up, it is good. 37-30 is your score. 3:42 left to go in this one. The Cowboys will need a stop if they want a chance. If they want a chance, they got to get a stop. A field goal by Detroit would pretty much, I wouldn't say end the game, but it would definitely hurt the chances. Unfreaking real, yep. That is tough. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. Talk about the game. Talk about whatever it is, college football, whatever it is you'd like to chat about. I try to chat it up with you guys, especially, of course, during commercials and whatnot. Of course, I do have a poll. Let me know who you think's going to win tonight's game. 56% of you guys picked the Cowboys. 44% with the Lions. 332 votes. Thank you again for that. Thank you for voting. Appreciate you guys. It's a pretty cool stream, pretty great stream, I would say. Thank you again for that. And of course, again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure again to subscribe to the channel. It is free to do so, I promise you. Like and subscribe. And of course, again, I'll be busy all weekend. Friday night, of course, again, I'll be covering Tulane and North Texas. Saturday, you got 3 college football games, which I'll be doing. And then Sunday, I'll be doing 3 NFL games as well. So again, it's not just a prime time and not just a Steelers channel. I do other games as well, not just Steelers and prime time. I do other stuff. So, and of course, Monday, I'll be doing Monday Night Football. Yeah, again, I'll be doing the college football game tomorrow. I'll be doing Tulane in North Texas, and then Saturday I'll be doing 3 games. Do you think the Longhorns belong in the playoffs? Oh, man. So, personally, no, I don't. I get the argument. I get the argument that, they played at Ohio State, so you really shouldn't count that one. And I get it. I totally somewhat agree with that. I really do. My problem is they got blown out by Georgia. And, of course, again, the wins. And I imagine there's a lot of Cowboys fans here that really don't like what I'm saying, because I'm sure you guys are Longhorn fans as well. My problem is that the teams you beat, Vanderbilt, yeah, okay, they're not going to go to the playoffs. Oklahoma, okay, they're not going to win a playoff game. And A&M, again, not going to win a playoff game. So that's just my argument. Texas really isn't that great. If you're being honest with yourselves, last year's Texas team was better than this year's. So again, you already know, but you're just going to you'll probably not like what I say. So that's what I'm saying. Patriots are balling. Yeah, Patriots looking pretty good, Jim. They are. Patriots are looking really good. As we're back here in Detroit, as Aubrey chips it away, fielded at the 7. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20. He's at the 25, 30, 35, cutting inside at the 45. Oh, that's going to be really good field position for Detroit. That is a killer if you're a Dallas fan. That is great field position for Detroit. Again, a field goal, I wouldn't say it ends it, but it might end it. The Florida loss. Yep, that's tough. They beat 3 of the top 10. I totally get it. Again, you lost to Florida again. You got blown out by Georgia. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Realistically, if Texas makes it, they would lose first round. They would. So 1st and 10 for Detroit as Goff is in the shotgun, receivers to each side. They're at their own 49. As Goff takes a snap and hands it off to Gibbs. Gibbs cutting inside, crossing the 50, and brought down at the 49. That's a gain of 2. And again, if the Lions just score a field goal, which you can already say there's someone in field goal range, be a 67-yarder. I mean, okay, maybe it's a little too much there, but you know what I'm saying. Again, the way these kickers are. Doomsday. Not following there. I'm pulling for chaos tomorrow in the college football world. The Florida loss was bad. So 2nd and 9 here. Cowboys electing to not call their timeout. I imagine they would after this one if they were to not surrender a first down. Here as Goff hands it. No, play action. Goff fires. Oh, it's caught at the 35. St. Brown at the 30. He's at the 25, the 20, 15. Brought down at the 13. Oh, what a play action fake it was. Faking out me. Faking out the cameraman. But more importantly, faking out the Cowboys as they are inside the red zone. St. Brown on the slant. And that is a killer if you're a Cowboy fan or a Cowboy supporter. Oh, man. Blown by Georgia. Yep, that was I think that's what did it for me. They were if you play it close, if that's a one-score game or whatnot, then you have a great argument. You bet the over. Yeah, this guy. It's going to be a challenge here by Dallas. Now, I don't necessarily know what the challenge is. I didn't quite hear it. Challenge. Are they going to? He's challenging to see if he was slung out of bounds or brought down in bounds. Down in bounds. Yep. And that's a killer. Now the Cowboys going to have to call a timeout. Dallas defense can't buy us up. Yeah, that's tough. BYU, I mean, the only way BYU makes it if they beat Texas Tech. If they lose Texas Tech, they're out. So that is a killer. The Cowboys forced to take their first time out. Again, Detroit at the Dallas 13. And again, any score is pretty much I wouldn't say the dagger, but it would definitely be very slim pickings for Dallas' chances. Oregon, yeah, I think Oregon's pretty good. I think Oregon's really good. No flag. Nope. There was a challenge flag, but yeah, there was no regular flag, no penalty flag. The Lions are sending the Panthers to playoffs after beating the Cowboys. No, the Panthers most likely don't make it in as a wild card. They have to win their division most likely. Most likely. So 1st and 10 for the Lions, as again they're at the Dallas 13. Goff is under center, receiver to the left, as he hands it off down the right side. This is Gibbs. Gibbs at the 10. Oh, and he's going to jog into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions, and the touchdown turkey. Again, he's unbiased, and he just loves touchdowns. 43-30 with 2:19 left to go. They're being Tech. Again, we'll see. Neutral field. It's not a home game for Tech. But, I mean, Tech's going to make the playoffs regardless. I think that also is a factor. Again, BYU is going to be fighting for their college football playoff lives. Tech is like, well, we already made it. We don't care. I'm sure they will care, but we'll see. I think it'll be a very good game. So we're pending the snap. There it is. The hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. 44-30. Detroit's leading over Dallas with 2:19 left to go. Oregon's had a cupcake schedule. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think that's just more of the perception of. I mean, the Big Ten is not as bad as people really think. I mean, they're really good. I think, of course, they're one of the two best conferences. But, I mean, yeah, Purdue, they're not good. But, I mean, there's a lot of teams in there that are pretty decent. Just like the SEC. I mean, again, it's the same thing. Mississippi State, obviously, are they great? No, they're not. Arkansas, were they great? No, they're not. CeeDee Lamb, it was over when he went out. I mean, they were already down at the point there, Michael, but that didn't help. They first need to beat the Saints. Bucks 2 times upset the Seahawks. A lot of stuff. It is what it is. Yep. Pitt UCLA gets no bowl game this year. Yeah. I mean, it's terrible. Fielded at the 5. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20, 25. Turpin at the 30, making guys miss, and is whacked at the 31-yard line. And that's where Dallas will take over with 2:11 left to go. Again, Dallas, I mean, at this point, just, you score. I mean, again, you can't use any of your timeouts here. You got to score with about a minute left. Anything less than that, it's pretty much over. So 1st and 10 for Prescott. In the shotgun, trips the right, one receiver to the left as Prescott drops back. He's looking. He steps up. He just fires it down the middle of the field. It is incomplete. Pickens, the intended target there. He was in the area. Pickens going to walk off the field. They got Pickens double covered there. Also, but solid, but SEC isn't one of these. But yeah. For sure. 2nd and 10 coming up for Dallas as they have it at their own 31. Prescott in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left as Prescott drops back. He steps up. He fires. It is tipped up the air. It's incomplete. Pass intended for Mingo, as that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Detroit, of course, leading 44-30. You have to assume Detroit's going to win this one, so they'll move to 8-5. The Cowboys will fall to 6-1. Lions still alive. Again, I still disagree with that, Mr. Green. I still think that, again, if depending on what happens with Philly, that is still up in the air. That NFC East, of course, Philly, they've been kind of struggling as of late. Now, of course, the Eagles win on Monday night at Los Angeles, the Chargers. Then, yeah, I mean, you could probably say the Cowboys season is most likely done. But the Eagles, again, they're kind of faltering. So we'll see what they're made of this Monday. So 3rd and 10, as we're still, I guess, technically in the 2-minute warning. Yeah, this is a long game now. I'm really looking at it here. 10:30 my time. Again, I'm in the Central Time Zone here. the former Pennsylvanian now living in Texas. So 3rd and 10. They need to get to the 41 for a brand new set of downs, sending a man in motion. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He's looking. He fires. It is incomplete. Ferguson, the intended target. And now it's 4th and 10, and this is pretty much the ball game, folks. Panthers still remain in the hunt because they likely rise one spot after the Lions win. I mean, they will rise, but again, I mean, you know, the wild card, it's going to be pretty tough. Again, the last wild card team currently has 9. They're 9-4, the Niners. That is tough. 4th and 10, Prescott in the shotgun, trips the right to one receiver left. He drops back. Prescott moving up in the pocket, fires. It is caught at the 42 and dropped immediately. Flournoy with the great catch with the game on the line. That is a Cowboys first down. Best day ever. Oh, yeah. They're actually going to mark him short. Oh, my goodness. That's a terrible call. They're going to have to review that. Yeah, that ruling is definitely under further review. That's a terrible spot. Needed to get to the 41. He clearly caught it across the 41. I mean, yeah, that is just as bad of a spot as you can give. And he wasn't even down. Oh, wow, Flournoy wasn't even down. They're actually, if they review this all the way, not the market at the 44. Well, okay, he was down, I guess. But again, he got to the 41, and that should be a first down for Dallas, and this game will definitely continue for the moment. So, again, we're just still waiting for this review. Again, to me, it's already like, okay, you got it. We're okay at the 42. Should be first down. So, here's the call on the field. It is a first down. So, 10-second runoff. Just let it run 10 seconds. In my opinion, you can't use the timeout here. Can't use the timeout. 10-second runoff is what I would do. I don't know if that's what they'll do. So, just a lot of messy stuff here by the referees. I don't know what they're doing. It's hard to beat the refs. I mean, the refs have just been bad for both teams, really. Who's winning the Big Ten championship? Probably Ohio State, but I'm pulling for Indiana. Dallas has been bad this game. The defense, yeah, for sure. Why am I not surprised? I don't know. The refs, again, they've been pretty atrocious tonight. But again, both sides, both teams have been messed over with some calls here. 1st and 10, Prescott is in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. How's it going, Sean? Good to see you. Appreciate you. As Prescott drops back, he's moving to his left. Prescott floats one. It is caught by Turpin at the 50. He's at the 40 and pushed out at the 37-yard line. That is a Dallas Cowboys first down. 1:32 left to go. And again, the magic number, if the Cowboys have any chance, which I understand their chances are very slim, but to give yourself a 0.1% chance, you need to score before a minute. 1st and 10. Prescott in the shotgun. And, of course, not use any timeouts. Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back. He steps up. He fires. It is caught at the 24, but there is a flag. Ferguson with the catch, and he's looking around like, all right, what the heck's going on? There is a injured line. He's slowly rising to his feet here. Pass interference decline. It is a first down. Personally, I would actually just decline it because then I would stop the clock. Whereas the catch decline, wouldn't that be a running clock? I don't know. Am I tripping there? Lions need to pick. Well, I think they're going to win, Seth, but I guess you never know. 1st and 10 at the 23. Prescott in the shotgun. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Prescott drops back. He's looking. He steps up. Oh! Prescott goes down! Muhammad with the sack. And the Cowboys will use their second timeout. That's what they couldn't have done. And that essentially is your ball game. That sack right there. Muhammad with his third sack of the night. That's a huge loss. Who's better running back all time, Emmitt Smith or Barry Sanders? Barry Sanders for sure. AP Adrian Peterson better than Barry Sanders, right? I don't know about that. No. He was definitely. I don't know. I'd still put. I don't know. I'd put LaDainian Tomlinson over Adrian Peterson as far as running backs I've seen. 2nd and 16. Prescott drops back. He's looking. He fires over the middle. It is intercepted. Oh, Reed with a great catch, and that is going to seal it in this one. Pass intended for Flournoy. He was fighting for the ball, but Reed comes up with it, and the Lions officially will win, or not officially, but they will hold on to win as they will move to 8-5. The Cowboys will drop to 6-1, and they will definitely become the biggest Charger fans on Monday. Oh, well, they're kind of showing the replay there. Maybe not over. They might take a look at this. To me, it kind of looks like a catch, but at the end, it may have come loose. I'm not too sure. Calling pass interference. That's why they bench Pickens. I don't know. Again, they bench Pickens because, again, like he had been, I'm assuming, the 2 penalties. Looks like there was no review. It's going to be a knee, and again, Detroit will win 44-30. But Pickens had 2 penalties, I think, they didn't like, and then, of course, the fumble. Call that pick. Yep. Let's go. Yep. Kansas City Chiefs are eliminated from playoffs. No, they're not. This game had no impact on them at all. Are they going to put Malik? Again, if you're a sports bettor, sorry, there's no more yards happening to anybody here. So I'm very sorry about that. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's broadcast between the Cowboys and the Lions. Thank you so much for tuning in. That is definitely awesome. Again, thank you for scrolling all the way down. Again, I know there was Grossi calling the game, Football Nation, all those guys. Rising Rhino, of course, he's a friend of the channel. I'm sure there's plenty more people that I'm not even sure exist, but appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you liked what you heard, like and subscribe. It is free to do so, I promise you. And of course, again, I'll be on this weekend. I'll be on tomorrow, actually, again, for North Texas and Tulane. And then, of course, Saturday all day with college football, Sunday all day with the NFL, and then, of course, Monday with the Eagles and the Chargers. So appreciate you guys for hanging out. Looks like a pick. Yeah, no, you did good. Chiefs are garbage. I know, but again, they're not eliminated or anything. My first time watching, I think you do a great job now. Get some rest. You look exhausted. Yeah, I've actually had some sleeping issues the last 2 months, to be honest with you. Stress, life and stress and life. I think we all go through it, though, so it is what it is. Woe is me, huh? Great sportscaster, man. Glad I'm a part of it now. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you again, Madison. Thank you for tuning in. How much time is left? The game is over. It is now final. Right there. Jesus Lord of King. Yes, sir. Thank you again, Sean, for tuning in. Delay scratch the Cowboys off the docket. We're done. Can't say that again. I'm not, obviously, I'm not a Cowboys fan or anything. I'm a Steelers fan. Big Steelers fan. But again, depending on what happens this Monday, so I'm trying not to bump this mic here. If the Eagles lose, it's still possible. It really is. The Lions, by the way, 2-3 now when they call their games. The Cowboys 1-2. So there you go. There's some fun facts. You think General Zod? Yeah, it's a good shirt. Green Wave versus Mean Grieve. Oh yeah, the Battle of the Green. Battle of the Green. Have a great night, bud. Appreciate it, Madison. Thank you. Christ the Lord. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Good call as always. Thank you. Thank you again, Nick, for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening in. And again, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps out small channels like mine. It really does. So thank you again for tuning in. See you tomorrow. All right. Well, I guess you have a shift tomorrow. I mean, I was kind of, because I know you do Monday through Thursdays. over there for the late nights. But all right, I will probably send you guys elsewhere. Thank you again for tuning in. I will catch you guys later. Have a good night and take care. And again, I'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you for watching. Catch you later. Peace.